20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. You make
We started going, right? I can't remember.
No, we haven't. Well, not officially yet, but all right. You ready?
Ready.
So, last session, you guys, after having defeated Galadon, the Blue Dragon, the Winged Storm, over in the ruins of Onua, returned to Iman via a couple different teleportation spells. And were able to deliver the good news to Seeker Asum and the rest of the Taldori Council that their piracy and, unbeknownst to them, dragon problem is now a thing of the past. You were also able to discover and inform them that it was not just pirates and dragons, oh my, but apparently some hobgoblins from the Empire of the Iron Authority down on the southern tip of the Reifenmis Peninsula was bankrolling or backing these pirate raids and had somehow made some sort of an allegiance or alliance with this powerful Drake to cash in at a later time. You went about after returning, Secret Assume, after kind of you debriefing him on what you had been up to, told you that of the two remaining people who were up for the position of the new position of lawmaster on the council after it had been vacated due to the untimely death of Arbiter Brahm, he asked you to look into the two remaining candidates as he trusted your opinions and wanted to know what you thought. And through various means, whether it was researching old law records or interviewing people who knew them, or using some underworld contacts of yours, you each in your own way, there's Fike, you each in your own way did some research into the two candidates and delivered your report to Seeker Asum. And after meeting with the council, with Strats, Stonesong, the bard that you rescued from the clutches of the dragon after Shango murdered him, I just need to keep bringing it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just like keeps coming.
It just keeps coming.
I mean, it's gonna,
you all had some of your own stuff you needed to take care of. Throughout what little downtime you had in Amman, you all received messages from Vandrick, one of the hobgoblin mages, who you had gotten the attention of in your interferings with his plans. Also, Bureau had gotten a message from his friend Tara, a dwarven wizard from Craghammer, saying that she was finally able to scry upon their what they thought was lost friend, who was apparently still alive. At the end of the meeting, the council asked to speak with Tharn privately, as they requested his aid in dealing with a problem that they had been having in a place that the rest of the party was familiar with. Formerly the Flame Reach Grove, until you were able to deal with the two twin Ifritis who were using that place of elemental degradation between it, the prime material plane, and the fire elemental plane to bring entities through. You were able to seal that rift. It appears that there are still issues going on with what was once the Flame Reach Grove, and has been slow. The people of Mon were hoping to rename the Shivergreen Grove, and asked if he would take care of this. Take care of this issue for them, and you all agreed to delay your travel to Craghammer for a few days to assist him in this manner, as you were all spent the rest of the day kind of gathering what little supplies you needed for the trek, as the Flame Reach fortress is only a few days south of Amman. You got a cart and some supplies, and last we left off, you were all just outside of Grey Skull Embassy, getting ready to depart. You were all loading up the cart, attaching your magically summoned mounts to the front of the cart, and loading the cart up with your supplies. As you're getting ready to leave, with a very large bundle of coins in his belt, Strats comes walking up and says, so you are off to save the world yet again, I see. If there is nothing else you would need from me, I guess I can just be about my business. Yes?
All right, go.
On your way to Crackhammer, you are?
I thought I would stay in Iman for a little bit. It seems like a place in need of stories and music.
Suppose so.
Any cheer you can provide, I'm sure, will be valuable.
Especially if I can be provided coin in return. There seems to be more than a few taverns who could use some entertainment.
A man's got to eat.
Indeed.
True.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're heading to Craghammer after this, right?
I don't believe so.
Should be.
So if you want to tag along to get in and everything with us, you're more than welcome to join us. But
I am
if you
unfamiliar
stay,
with this place you speak of, Craghammer.
well, yeah, you said you
Dwarven
wanted to.
City.
Yeah, you told us you wanted to go.
Well, I want to go everywhere on this continent. This is my first time here.
Right.
This one as well.
Right.
But for now, I have only seen of Amman the port, this fine keep that you have housed me in. Thank you again. And believe it or not, I'm still weird for it to be coming out of my mouth, but the chambers of the Council of Taldore. So, places like the Central Districts are more my speed.
I might have a task for him if everybody's all right with that.
What would that be?
Strats, how good are you at finding people?
Well, I guess that would depend. I've never really applied my skills toward finding a specific individual before. Though
You are a collector of song and tales.
I find that people, once they get to know me, feel free to share things that they may not otherwise.
Yeah, I think you're perfect. Um, I'll.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna enlist him for something if we don't have anything better for him to do, and I'm just gonna pull him away from the group, and I'm gonna give him the full rundown of who Kotrick is, where I think he's gonna be, and then since I've made the walk from Amon to Whitestone, like various taverns that he could perform at, and uh, places of ill repute that would gladly house him with my name,
Mm-hmm.
and anything that I could possibly use to ply him and try to find all the information he can. Then he can then message me, and then um, uh, I would like to make a spy, please.
Okay.
I would like to make
Um,
one spy, please.
Yeah.
I would like to roll to make a spy.
That's a crafting check.
Make make a persuasion check.
A crafty check, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
First
He
roll
says,
tonight.
as you all saved my life and saved my life from what seemed like an eternity of servitude, I find it hard to say no to you. I only have a couple of questions. One being, how will I contact you once I find the information you seek?
Oh, shit. I guess I could run to. Shit, that would suck. I would have to run to Gilmore's real quick to get your sending stone.
You guys do have
We
a
have,
pair of
yeah, we
sending
have
stones
one,
in the
but
bag
they're
of
not there.
holding.
But
Do we?
We do.
Yeah, you have
yes.
two.
You have a pair of sending stones in the bag,
Bag
of holding.
Nox.
Aye.
Can I use those sending stones we never use?
I thought we gave one to Percy.
Did you?
We did.
I thought we did.
If you did, you've not used it.
haven't used it,
You've
we've
just
sent
had
to him.
Bureau sending messages.
Yeah.
So.
Then
And in your
we
bag
did.
of holding, it says pair of sending stones.
Yeah.
Then I hand him the other sending stone.
Okay.
All right. I will hand Strats the sending stone.
This is a rock.
It's a rock. It's a very magical rock that can communicate. I believe it's once a day to me,
Ah.
and I have the other rock that can listen. So
Very, very sneaky.
No, it's magic.
I will do this for you. I will say, a little bit of walking around money would not hurt. Also, some money to grease some palms and loosen lips, if you know what I mean.
yeah, I usually have to pay hirelings, don't I? Yeah, we're flush with cash right now. How's 200 gold sound?
That should do me for a while. Yes.
Yes, perfect. Now, this is a long shot. You don't need to make any promises. If you just
Don't
try
get
your
yourself-
best.
But it seems like something that I could do almost part-time and succeed, as my plans are to travel all across this land and go to taverns and talk to people anyway.
See, along with being so handsome, you're so damn smart.
I am very handsome, that's true. Well, as he tosses the coin sack that you gave him up and down into his hand, need to get to work. I wish you the best on whatever it is you are going to do. Best of luck. Again, thank all of you. You have been most gracious.
Best of luck.
Especially
Master Stats.
Shango.
cringing
Yeah.
slightly.
He just kind of like tilts his head and turns and walks off.
Can we roll a look at
you
that?
watch, in the early morning sun, you watch Strats disappear into the lower slums of Amman.
Hey,
Guess one
Fight.
could say. Guess one could say graciously I've been in letting him hang around more.
Would I have seen Fight give him money?
Probably. I don't think he was trying to hide it.
Hey, Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not the last time we're gonna see him, is it?
Maybe physically, but it's good to have eyes and ears in other places. Now we do.
Turning the stone, I hope he would at some point.
Wherefore didst you need his help?
Just personal. Looking for someone that doesn't want to be found. So, he's doing what I'm doing. He's hiding in plain sight.
So I'll go,
you're
I know what
missing.
you mean. And I'll tap my nose and I'll point at him.
I still don't know what that means.
That's okay, nor do I.
It is a clear blue sky out, but suddenly there is a crack of thunder and a flash of lightning as a bolt of lightning strikes in front of the cart of horses. And as you turn your head to shield your eyes, you turn back and see that there are two figures standing.
I cast Dampen Elements on the horses.
It doesn't strike the horses.
Yeah,
But,
guys,
I don't give
yeah.
a shit. I still do it.
Make sure.
Damn, Shango, what the hell, man?
Roll
Stop
for
throwing
initiative.
lightning.
In the dirt
Why?
road where there's the black scorch mark from the bolt of lightning strike that came out of the clear blue sky, you now see standing two large, imposing figures. One that you recognize.
Yes.
Are we already on the horses traveling?
Stormbreaker!
Or
No,
No, yeah, we're
you're
about to
still in
leave.
the courtyard.
You're still in
About
the
to leave.
courtyard of the getting. You just finished loading up the cart, getting ready to leave.
You gotta tell
Okay,
me
in that
these
case, I
things
get on
so
the
I can have my
horse and start
overlays ready,
going.
Bill.
we went. Okay. Is everybody ready to go? And then we have a flat tire.
Gosh, dang it.
And standing in the middle, you see many of you whom recognize Stormbreaker Krios Brontes, and he is standing next to a rather large Goliath. And he says, "Ha! Hello, my friends. It is good to see you."
would you mind stepping out
Sure.
of the way so that we can proceed?
It shall take a
What is-
couple minutes. Stormbreaker Prentice, good to see you, it is.
Stormbreaker?
It
Well,
is
that's-
always good to see the champions of the House of Cord. I understand you have been doing more good work for the peoples of Iman.
Bringing glory to the name of the Stormlord.
Yes. It is that for which I have sought you out today.
Oh.
How can we be of service?
Well, and he turns to the large Goliath on his right. David, if you want to describe who they see.
All right. So next to the Stormbreaker is a about 8 foot tall Goliath. He's wearing a long cloak that trails behind him, single shoulder pad, and he has several large spiderwebbing bright scars all over his completely bare chest. And he's wearing leather pants on his bottom to complete the look.
Specifically, Shango, you would notice that he has two large bracers on his forearms that bear the symbol of Cord as well.
Gotcha.
He says, "This is what was your name again?"
Vanya.
Vanya. Yes,
I am Vanya Stonefollow.
yes. He showed up in Iman a few days ago, looking to compete in the Day of Challenging, and was.
You are very late.
I was. I was very late.
Yes, this is how I informed him. However, this did not deter him, as he sought out and found Thrag. You'll remember
right.
Thrag.
Oh, the champion.
Yeah, the
Certainly.
guy who whooped our asses. Yeah.
Thrag. He was the winner of the day of challenging in the individual competitions.
Who cares?
Apparently not you. But it's
I
not
care.
all about you, is it, Turtle Man?
Turtle man.
Yet to learn,
It
yes. That.
currently is. You're looking right at me.
Anyway, after he found Thrag, he proceeded to challenge him and then beat the ever-living piss out of him.
What? Somebody left.
Huh.
There he is.
He then found me and asked me about the other champions of the House of Cord. And I told him of you and your deeds. And he wished to seek you out.
He's not here to kick our ass, is he? Because I really don't want to fight right now.
As
I
a
am
matter of
not
fact,
here to fight you. No.
see,
Oh.
no.
Okay, that's good.
I put my
I-
stick away.
Anyway, he asked to find you because how did you put it again?
I heard you were going to fight the good shit, and I wanted in.
The good
Good
shit.
shit.
Wait,
That's
Good shit.
wait.
a way of
you like
putting that
fighting?
is.
You like fighting?
Yes.
Oh fuck, this is gonna suck. Cause we hate fighting.
No.
Little
Speak
danger
for-
spices up life.
I told him
Everybody
about
needs- Everybody
your-
needs a big meatball for them sometimes. I'm that meatball.
What is a meatball?
That's a good question.
There are many
Bidet.
types of meatball, and I start listing them.
Anyway, I told him of your deeds in the day of challenging. I told him of your deeds in Thordak's Crater and in the Flame Reach Grove. And I told him of your deeds, most recently, as they were told to me by one of the council, of your deeds with the Blue Dragon. Well done, by the way.
Thank you.
Or things.
And as he heard every story, he seemed that it was you he should be traveling with, or as he called it, chasing the storm, I believe.
Yes.
Well, hopefully that's
Chase
the
the
last blue.
Zombie show.
Yeah, hopefully that's the last blue dragon we kill, though. That was a little nerve-wracking.
Yes.
There's many
Fun
other
as
colors
fuck,
you can
but-
look for.
He walks up to you, Noxus, and like slaps you on the back. Krios does it. Says, "You are still alive. Are you not?"
It is certainly true.
Where I come from, we call that a win.
'Twas difficult,
Yeah,
but
we-
I shall admit it was rather exhilarating.
Exciting.
Yes.
I mean, we almost died. Some hobgoblins, pretty dickish, but you know.
Perhaps
They're
not
all
at
Show
that part.
So that sooner than later.
You're muted, Fike.
I'm mumbling to myself
Oh.
because I'm looking at a giant Adonis of a man.
Hey, Fight,
Down in
Fight,
stuff with
you all right
Goliath.
there? It's the first time you haven't really said much.
Father, you want to pick your jaw up off the floor?
I will retrieve it post haste.
Where does Fike's head land?
There's
About
actually two of them, right?
below
Yeah, how
Vanya's
tall are you?
sternum.
They're ever closely
Sternum?
growing towards each other.
Vanya, how do you feel about hobgoblins?
Fucking hate them.
Excellent. He's in.
A good
I guess
start
you
to
can
this.
call me matchmaker. Anyway, I agreed since he bested Thrag that I would bring him to you. I have done that. The rest is up to all of you. If you would excuse me, and he walks
Wait,
over.
I
Wait,
have a
what?
question.
Yes.
How do you do that lightning teleporty thing?
That's not me. He points up to the sky. He goes, "It's him." And as he does that, he looks like he gets struck by lightning. So you turn your head away from the flash of light, and when you turn back, there's that another big blackened scorch mark on the ground, and Krios is gone.
Yo, Muhammad, I don't want something like that, but I want what he's got because he can talk right to you, man. That's fucking cool.
I'm gonna peek to Shango and just like,
later.
Yeah, I look over to Noxus.
you did
Look over
something
to
similar.
Noxus, pointed my pose, pointed my nose, pointed him, and then cast arc and go straight up 30 feet into the air. So you see, there's like basically Shango like getting encased in lightning, and looks like a ball of lightning just like rolling, shooting straight up.
You can do that as well.
Up in the air, I come back out of it, and I just.
I didn't hear that last part.
Neither did I.
Once I'm 30 feet straight up in the air, it's like Shango is still again hanging there, looking down, waving at everybody, and then starting to fall down.
Like as
I will-
he needs somebody to catch him.
Yeah.
I will start
I'm just
running over.
falling
Like,
at
I
this
got
point.
you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
I'll go catch him.
Like, fast.
Can we
I'm
do
not
like that one?
strong
Can we
though.
do like that? Can we do that baseball thing where one person doesn't say "I got it" and then they just
Both run into each other.
Can we do that?
Sure. You both run into each other, Noxus and Vanya, and as you crash into each other, Shango falls in between the two.
Oh,
you
damn,
alright?
you got a hard head.
All of you.
Same to you.
Damn. Okay, Shango, are you okay?
You break anything?
A little bit of dropping has not broken me yet.
Oh, that's good.
Well then.
Which reminds me, Noxus, a long time it has been since I told you random stories. Did you seem to? This time back, let me think. It must have been many storm.
You're cutting out
tumbled.
again.
Yeah, you're
Ah.
cutting out again.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You should probably get
Tharn,
on the
it would
cart
appear-
first.
It would appear that the road is no longer impeded by large hulking men.
Now perhaps we should go to the grove if you're alright joining us with that, Master Vanya.
Of course. You seem to be chasing challenges wherever you go. That's what I live for.
Hopefully this shall not be too large of a challenge, but I suppose it could be considered one.
From what I hear of your stories, you make everything a challenge. I look forward to it.
Just a little bit
Vanya,
embarrassed
insult?
by that.
Yeah, Vanya, that's not a good thing. We want things to be easy. We've had some really hard fucking things. I'd like to have an easy walk for once.
I'm
Nope.
not going to make it harder than it has to be.
Perhaps with your help it shall be easier.
Maybe so.
I really hope so.
Alrighty. Tharn, do you spur on the horses?
Well, I can certainly try, but I'm pretty sure that they're telepathically linked with two of the other party members. So.
That's
that's
true.
true.
It's easy. We
That
just
is
make
true.
it easy.
Forgot about that.
All right.
Alrighty.
Baton on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mush.
All right. You all load up onto the cart, and Renata and Fike spur on the horses as you hit the road.
I am reading while we are driving.
Okay.
Roll to hit the road.
Yes.
What is the road's AC?
Well, I really missed. I don't know how I missed the road, but I missed
You're
it.
flying. That's what you do. You threw yourself on the ground and missed completely.
Whoa.
One of
I
those
missed.
moments where we say,
So you have approximately. I forgot to bring this up earlier. Not that I feel like we're going to have an issue with it, but obviously we have one more extra player than we usually have for the night. So let's try to keep an eye on the crosstalk and stuff. And if we do get into combat, just try to be ready for when your turn comes on you. But anyway, you guys have 2 days on the road. I know what Noxus is doing. He's probably spending all of it reading. or all of his waking hours reading anyway.
I mean, yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, I was considering taking one exhaustion and then sleeping the last one, if I can do that.
You certainly can.
I'm gonna risk it.
What?
All right, so you're going to go straight 24 hours through the first day without sleeping and just reading.
I'm gonna risk it. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Aside
Is there anything anyone else would like to do with their 2 days on the road?
I mean, aside from keeping the horses on track and keeping an eye out for danger, Ren might probably get some more information, small talk out of Vanya if she can. Just, we have a new party member. Might as well learn about them. Like, where are
Okay.
you from? Where...
You
How
know,
many hit
Renata's
points
very
do
good
you
at that.
She's good a listener. She's not very charismatic for talking, but she'll listen.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say about halfway through the first day, you strike up a conversation with Vanya.
Mhm. Vanya's happy to talk.
So where doth thou hailest from?
I'm from a little island called Bordergon. It's in the Shattered Teeth.
Fuck Borgon. I hath never heard of it.
Ignore the fuck.
She's writing this down, by the way.
Yeah, right?
Everything that you
She's
said,
got a
she's writing
journal. Like, takes out a journal and
Journal.
starts writing it. But,
Whenever she speaks slowly, she's writing it down.
I put a big finger over the fuck that she writes down.
oh, you scribble that out then.
Just Bordergon.
No, fuck, just Borgon. Alright. Where's the Shattered Teeth? Wait,
South
have
of
we been to the
Wildemount.
Shattered Teeth at all? Anywhere near it? Okay, yeah,
you
then
have
she doesn't
not
know.
been to the Shattered Teeth. Make just a straight intelligence check, Renata.
Maybe we should hear about it. And go. Well, it's not bad.
16. The Shattered Teeth are an island chain far to the southeast of the continent of Wildemount. So quite a ways away.
How the heck would she know that?
Just general, you've seen
You got around.
Seen maps?
world maps before.
I
Yeah.
guess so. Like, oh, that. Thou hast come
Very
quite a
far
long way.
Did. Been chasing the storm for many, many years.
What brought the storm this far here?
And what doth thou meanest by chasing the storm in particular?
Literally chasing the storm. I wander around the continent until I see a thunderstorm, and then I walk towards it. The Accord's way of guiding me.
I see.
Toward anything in particular?
I don't know yet.
I suppose.
Wherever I go, I seem to find people who are in need of help in some way, shape, or form, or challenges to overcome. And so I just keep going.
I
That's
suppose.
what's written
Storm.
for me.
Shango
A
and
storm
me
you
might
have seen over the
yes.
Dagger Bay?
Sorry?
A storm you have seen over the Dagger Bay?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
When
As a matter of
When
fact, you
such-
saw it in your travels from Stilben towards. It's what led you in the direction of Amon, but it dissipated, and so you stopped heading towards it and then headed towards Amon.
Right. So I could fight track.
One such storm we chased ourselves.
It's true.
Perhaps it really is fate that I met up with you here.
Yeah, Ren just smiles a little bit at the mention of fate. I suppose it's so.
Why the smile? What does Ren look like?
You know Cortanas.
Oh, yeah.
But basically,
Right on.
yeah, but it's a little bit different than what you remember She's
looks a
got
bit more real.
yeah, she's got the left eye is gray, the right eye is the usual blue green. She's got a studded leather with a gambeson over it and like riding pants, and instead of the twin tails up front, they are like double braided back through the hair up to the back into high ponytail, and then the rest is like shoulder length right now. Rest
Why
is
the
normal.
smile, redhead?
Suppose thou could say that I have something of a connection with fate, and I doth appreciate that.
You as well. Excellent.
In a sense.
All of us, I believe.
Yes.
Do we all need to describe our characters?
Yeah, why don't we do that real quick?
Yeah.
Shango, you wanna, or even easier?
Well, I
since
set up his
pretty much
nameplate in my
all of you-
overlays.
Pretty much all of you have.
Oh yeah,
that's
don't.
a
I'll just look
hero.
at, I will
Yeah.
take a quick look over those.
Yeah, they all have character art that was made specifically of their characters. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Except Arn.
It is $15 if you want to get the hookup.
He already
Oh, I
knows.
heard.
No, Thorn's pretty accurate.
Tharn's pretty accurate too.
Yeah. Well, I guess one thing you don't see in the art that Shango is wearing now is the breastplate and the shield. Where I think the breastplate is wearing the symbol of the Ashari, and the shield is showing a holy symbol of court from times past.
Yeah, you don't know who the Ashari are.
No, I did not.
Okay. Then you just
I'm
see
new.
some
I'm new
breastplate
on
symbol.
I'm new on this continent.
New continent. Who's this?
There we go.
All right. So you guys continue with some small talk and just kind of getting to know each other. He asks a lot more questions about your past adventures so far, and you kind of fill him in on the highlights, the bullet points of where you've been and what you've done thus far.
Oh,
So-
speaking of, my character art is completely different from what I am.
Well, not too
yeah.
much different.
It's not terrible, but
It's not.
He's
terribly
black in that one. He's emerald green now.
that's true. Yeah, he's emerald green.
He's a much more shimmery emerald green now, as opposed to like a dark, almost black forest green. And-
Much less likely to get pulled over by the town guards now.
Yes.
Also,
he has a tattoo up his right arm that is almost of flames of like dragon's fire breath, but it is almost animated. It's like an animated tattoo that like looks like fire licking up his arm, but it's a tattoo, but it like moves like fire.
That's fucking sweet.
Right?
Yep.
and also I got
Quite
How-
legit.
How long after Vanya asks Tharn about his past does Vanya just give up and stop listening?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Century
One.
long is
Vanya, make a Constitution saving throw.
I am pretty good at
Make a patience throw.
Yeah, I think it'd be more of a wisdom save than a con.
Yeah, probably more of a wisdom saving.
Oh, he's good.
He is
Tharn's new best
enthralled,
friend.
Tharn, and listens to the entire thing.
Ren is shocked.
He even asks questions. He's engaged. Yeah, it's
It's refreshing.
yeah.
Wow.
As the sun begins to set. And that was the third year of my life. Let's go in the fourth year.
That takes the entire 2 days.
So Noxus, in the first day, because you are riding on a bumpy cart, and it's not super easy to read, like as if you were like sitting on a bed or anything like that. So you spend a full 24 hours, but I'll say you only get 16 hours of actual reading in. Because it's like riding on a car without shocks, without shock absorbers, like trying to read in a cart. And you get a point of exhaustion. after the first day. And as you guys continuing to make small talk with Vanya, your new compatriot, who seems, yes, he's large and burly and strong, but he seems jovial enough, and enjoys the conversation, and is happy to hear of your stories, especially those of your triumphs in combat and challenges overcome challenges from enemies that you've overcome. um, the second day, Noxus, if you're planning on getting some sleep, we'll say
Yeah, I only want to read for like 8 hours.
for like 8 hours. I was going to say from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Well, not the time you get up, because you've been going like you go all through the night and into the day. You could probably get like a solid 12 hours.
I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
All right.
Just
Yeah, as
want
much
to
as
sleep
you,
in
I
or
was,
the
I was
cart.
just, yeah, I was gonna say like
Yeah.
8 hours because that's how many hours are like really like working day, and then you come home and then it's time for bed. So, but
Yeah,
if
well, I
you'll say
mean,
12, I'm good with 12.
you're not doing anything. You're just riding on the cart. So,
Mm-hmm.
so you get another 12 hours of reading in.
We're all riding in the same car together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but two are up front steering, and then
Yeah. The
everybody's
rest
in
of
the
you are
back,
sitting
right?
in
In
the
the
back.
back.
8 more hours, baby. Killing it.
At the early on the third day, you see coming up over a hill on the horizon, for many of you a familiar sight. You see the Flame Reach outpost, and what was once the Flame Reach Grove in the distance, no longer in a perpetual state of flame and fire, but blackened, with smoke rising off of it, and what appears to be a low-hanging fog on the inside of it, as the cart comes to a halt at the front of at the front of the at the front of the Flame Reach outpost, where you are greeted by a familiar face.
Lokthar.
As standing just outside the gates is, yes, Lokthar, your old friend.
This face is not familiar to me.
Not, I said to most of you, but you see before you. For those of you who don't know Tharn and Vanya, you see a female half-orc with jet black hair, tied into two big ponytails off the back of her head, some armor running down her one arm, and what looks like many druidic tattoos all over her fairly strong body. And what looks like a sword, a curved sword at her side, and she says, "It's good to see all of you again, though I wish it were under better circumstances. I received message from the council that you've come to aid us yet again."
However we can help.
Greetings, this
Of course.
indeed, yet the circumstances could better be.
How art thou faring, Lokthar?
Um, to be frank and honest with you, I almost preferred back when the forest was inflamed.
What's wrong?
Come inside. We have a lot to discuss.
I'm
Understood.
here to fix it.
Certainly,
You must be Tharn.
we are here to fix.
Call me what you will, but these folks have taken to calling me Thorn, yes.
The council mentioned you'd be coming. They're expert, as I believe was how they put it.
That would be a good way to put it.
Well, come inside. We have much to tell you.
All right.
They lead you into a stone. It's like almost like you recognize it quickly, Tharn. It's like a small fortress that was built out of the Wall of Stone spell. several castings of it. But they lead you inside into a. She leads you inside. You can see when you get inside, the setup is similar to what you saw before. Several different campfires. However, as opposed to soldiers being up and moving around and like attending to duties, it almost looks like a makeshift, like thrown together emergency infirmary. There are soldiers all over the place in cots being tended to by clerics and druids, many of them looking extremely pale and sallow. Their skin kind of, a lot of them pulled tight across their skeleton, almost looking malnourished. And there is a guard standing on some of the walls, but it looks like the majority of the it looks like there was a majority of the force here is in some sort of injury or illness. She leads you into a small stone structure that again looks like it was made out of like 5 castings of the Wall of Stone spell. And inside it looks like a makeshift war room. There's a large wooden table with a few chairs around it, a large map of what you can imagine to be would be the grove, and there is a large skull and crossbones that looks like is marked on the map in the very center of the grove. Sitting at the table is an older woman, gray hair with linen robes on that delineate their that you recognize right away, Shango. Looks as the uniform of someone who would come from the Alabaster Lyceum. Probably a lore keeper there. As you come in, she stands and says, "So you are the ones they sent to help us in our time of need."
Indeed.
Yes.
Well,
Shango and Tharn in particular may be great experts here.
That's true, I am.
How might we assist?
The connection to the elemental plane of fire has been severed, I understand.
Lorkthar pipes up and says, "Yes, that has not been an issue. That appears to that's the severing of that connection seems to have stuck. That's not the
Very
issue.
well.
That's not the issue here. There's a darker force at work in the forest. I come from the Pyra, as you know. For those of you who don't, we are a tribe of druids that are tasked with guarding the prime material plane from the influence of the fire elemental plane. So I'm used to dealing with forests that have recently been burned, and they usually grow back rather quickly. Natural cycle that forests go through that re-enrich the soil and allow it to grow anew. This is very much different. There is a dark presence on the land. They sent out Shatha not long ago, she indicates towards the older woman, to try and help us figure out what's going on. We've been, she says, yes, we believe that there are strong necromantic forces at work in the forest.
So that sort of dark.
My apologies for the lack of introduction. We have skipped right to the matter at hand. Ms. Shatha, it was?
Yes, I am Lorekeeper Shatha Nyama.
I am Shango Shar.
The pleasure is mine. I imagine you go around and introduce yourselves one by one. She goes on and says, I believe I might know where our problem lies.
Used to though.
Larkthar pipes up and says, "We always had a problem dealing with, as I believe I told you and you recall, burning undead every once in a while, making their way out of the forest.
Yes.
That was never much of a problem. And after we all closed the rift, we began, and the fires died enough where I thought it was safe to go back in. I started sending in platoons with our druids to reseed the land and help it grow anew. They encountered much trouble. There is a particle or fume that permeates the forest that troubles the breathing. And at the heart, there is a gnarled tree that seems to be influenced by some sort of necromantic presence. Shatha pipes in and says, I believe I've been able to track where this comes from. You see, during the attack of the Chroma Conclave, Thordak, when he took his rulership over Aman, announced with his billowing voice that those that were still alive would serve him, and any who tried to flee would be destroyed like the ants they were. Many, out of fear, fled the city walls, and as they saw Thordak pursuing them in the air, they thought they would take shelter in the grove, being able to hide them from his sight above. He set ablaze to the entire forest, burning everyone who ran into it for shelter alive. The fire never went out until you all came, and we believe that the violently killed souls that remain there are what blight the land still.
These fumes you spoke of, harmful they are to the people entering?
They can be. Lorkthar pipes in. They can be with prolonged exposure. Yes.
Certainly.
I hear a lot of I think and we believe. What do we know?
Well, Lokthar's scouts all seem to, the reports that they've given us all seem to indicate that this stems from a central point, a large, burnt, dead willow tree in the center of the grove seems to be where all of this is emanating from.
Seems to be.
I have not been into the forest myself, but the reports of those who have been in all say the same thing. The closer they get to this tree, the more problems they have, the more undead that they see. The harder this fume is for them to deal with, and the tree itself lashes out.
Perhaps
Roaming
purifying it is our choice.
and that they're
Well-
still there?
What was that, Ren?
So she was mentioning potentially purifying it as the task at hand.
Tharn?
Certainly.
Well, then, if that seems to be where this corruption is stemming from, then that is where we shall go, and that is where we shall fix this. It seems a fairly simple task. All right, we're off.
Lorkthar pipes up and says, I admire your confidence, Master Tharn.
Thank you. You are very observant.
You've dealt with something like this previously?
Corrupted lands are nothing new. Some have been corrupted since the ages of the gods.
Like,
Well, there are many. The Grey Valley, the Cindered Wildlands, and I just start going through.
okay. And you have first-hand experience in dealing with these blighted lands.
Yes,
Well, then it's good that they sent you, I guess.
very good, I would imagine. You seem to have not gotten much achieved here at all.
She looks at you and says, I apologize, we have not lived up to your standards, though I have lost many brethren in that forest.
That's all right. Your failure to live up to my standards, I'm sure you did the best that you could, but now I am here and I shall fix it.
That's his way of being kind, Lorkthar.
Yes.
Hard to believe, I know.
I would hate to see him when he's terse.
You certainly would.
He has a stick.
Yes. Protect your nostrils
Certainly a
at all
stick.
costs.
I can see that. I assume you have some sort of plan?
Well, from the limited information you've been able to give me thus far, it would seem that whatever is causing this is centered in the part of the burnt forest that you have told me about. So I plan to go there, assess the situation, see exactly what is called for, and then fix it.
So no, a plan he has not.
I just told you my plan.
Make it sound
This-
so simple. I believe
It
you will
is
be...
simple. It is
I-
not that complicated. But I understand why you needed to bring in someone who is more capable of executing it.
Might you be so kind as or you intend to fix it?
Oh, I intend to accompany you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm not
Excellent.
one to ask others to do things I am not willing to do myself. As you are aware, my expertise lies usually in a mountain landscape and with the connection between the fire elemental plane and the prime material plane, which is why they brought me here in the first place to deal with this forest when it was on fire. This is
Well,
a
that's
bit
not something I'm
outside of
aware
me.
of, but I'm glad to know that now.
Yes, it's almost as if someone were to ask questions and find these things out, they might not be as much of an ass.
Well,
We-
clearly
we-
you were so capable that they had to call in an actual expert to take care of the thing that you
Yes,
failed at continuously. So
I think
we will leave the
left the bounds
questions,
of
even though I asked
productivity.
the one which was, what do you actually know and what can we actually do? And you had no answers for that. Regardless, we can speak more on the way.
We
That
love
should be
Tharn
fun.
in our own special way.
I'm sure he grows on you,
He does actually.
like a wart or a boil.
Yes.
I was going to say moss.
like a cyst. I guess.
I'm not even gonna try. Not even gonna say anything. Nope. Nope.
I'm going to turn to the others and say, is this one of those situations like with that Daxio fellow where I'm supposed to feign caring about their failures and
Yes,
say nice
absolutely.
things just for the
Yes.
purpose,
Yes.
say
Yes,
false
Thorn.
things for the purpose of making
Thorn,
them
but
happy?
that time has passed. Yes, Thorn, but that time has passed.
How much time
I
doth thou
turn to her
need
and I
us
go,
to
I'm
accompany
sure
us,
you're
madam?
Oh, sorry, what do you say, Tharn?
I turn to her and go, I'm sure you're very capable and skilled at all of the things you do. We are fortunate to have you with us, and I look forward to us working together towards a mutually beneficial situation for all involved. Now, let's leave.
Very good, Tharn. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, so he can. If you all have everything you need and require, we can. I am prepared to leave.
I believe we are all right, unless.
Yeah.
There's no
need,
reason
like,
I s-
2
Wait.
minutes just to prep something real quick. And I'm good.
Certainly.
I grab some of my gear from my quarters, and I'll meet you at the gate. Lorkthar says. Shathar can answer any other questions you might have as Lorkthar leaves to go get the rest of her gear.
The fumes and the other dangers that you're noticing now in the forest, are there any special protections that you would recommend we take?
None that we can think of or have been able to come up with. There is, once you fall under its effects, I know that there is a restoration of a higher caliber can relieve its effects. But the effects seem to be respiratory in nature.
Good to know.
That could have been good information you could have given us when I asked what do we know as opposed to what do we think. But it is very
Well-
good of you to tell us that, and we appreciate it.
As you pointed out, it is only a hypothesis I have and not something that I know.
So you hypothesize that this gas gives sickness.
I hypothesize that the gas or fume or particles in the air, we are not sure which, cause the effects that you've seen outside on your way through the courtyard.
And you say it is a respiratory ailment.
I believe so, yes.
So we should stay 6 feet apart and not touch each other's faces.
As soon as you say,
Professional.
Fine.
as soon as you say that,
Nosebleed.
yeah, as soon as you say that, Noxus goes, "Ah, fuck! Now my face itches. Gosh damn it! Why'd you say that, Tharn?"
We can still be very social. We just need to stand 6 feet apart. So just a little bit of social distancing.
So have there been any actual sightings of types of undead? And if we know about the numbers, if there are...
The stories from the other groups that have come back from the grove talk about skeletal remains that seem to be infused with briar-type vegetation or roots intertwined in and amongst the skeletal structure.
Just listening to that, Ren's gonna just put a hand on Nature's Wrath and just leave it on the hilt there and just think to herself.
Have you gone into the woods?
Oh no, child, I am far too old for such gallivanting around. The spirit is willing, but the body has not.
Spongy and bruised.
I was going to put it more delicately, but for a manner of speaking, I am here for my expertise on why I think this land is blighted. As I explained to you before, the deaths from the Cinder King, I believe, are what linger in this land and cause it not to grow.
What about you, Lorkthar?
She's not in the
No, she's
room
not.
anymore.
Yeah, she left.
Oh,
She went to go get her gear.
Oh, okay, never mind. I missed that.
Have we tried to discern the exact form of magic in which it is?
I would imagine necromancy.
Would be a good guess.
Are we able to fly over it, or are the noxious fumes? Ha, my name. Above it as well.
There does seem to be a height where they dissipate and are diluted by the air around them, though
So,
I don't know
flying-
that you'll be able to deal with this, for lack of a better term, cancerous tree at the center of the grove,
Well,
if
then,
you're that high up.
Fike, we should
Oh,
be leaving
oh,
Aura
yeah.
and Valor here.
Why?
The fumes, they still have material form as beasts.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
Of course.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could fly over down, just kind of hold our breaths, I guess, or unless somebody has something that allows us to breathe really toxic fumes.
Could put a bucket of water over your head and then cast water breathing.
I could cast that on. Wait, how many of us? 1, 2. Could I cast water breathing on all of us?
I don't know. What does the spell say?
I
It's your
think it
spell.
says six. I think it says 6 people.
How would
I
we
think it's U plus
contain
8.
water over our heads and still be able to see?
Water breathing is up to 10 willing creatures, apparently.
Cast water breathing
We're in
once
a
without
forest,
expending.
guys. Just letting you know. Go ahead.
Yes.
But go
Well,
off.
we're just trying to figure out how to get through these. If it's 10 people, then we're fine. But
We
it's
don't. We're
also
firemen. We have to run into the burning building. That's our plan.
Shatha points out and says, "Those that seem a bit heartier were able to deal with it a bit better and last a bit longer before the effects sunk in."
I would look upon these sick people and see if I could make a better determination of exactly what this is and what effect it has.
Okay. So you want to go
That's a
out
good
and
idea.
examine those, Tharn?
Yeah.
Make a medicine check for me.
All right.
– 22. Pretty good. You go out and do a traditional medical examination and use your powers of healing and your ability to communicate with the wild mother, looking down their throats and stuff. And you think that is, from your 22, you are fairly confident that it is specifically tied to whatever it is that this material that appears to be floating through the air, almost like ash or some sort of particulate matter that's in the air. Because when you shine a light down the open mouths of these people,
Always trickier in the time of candles.
yes, always trickier in a time of candles, but not in a time of magic. And you can see that their throats are coated with this like particulate matter.
All right. Well, I point that out to everyone and go, if we were to cover our mouths or something and our nostrils to prevent this particulate matter from getting in, I think we should be fine.
I take my bandana off of my bicep and I wrap it around my face.
I don't know if you'll be able to do that with your big long gator snout there, Noxus.
That's difficult part.
Well, it's not long; it's short and stocky. But I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. It's still long.
Longer.
It's long enough.
Does he need like a cape to cover his face?
I try to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't quite fit. But you guys can certainly try that if you'd like.
Yeah, like take off the thing and try doing what Noxus did a little bit better.
Well, with a 22, I would assume that something like that would work, right?
Yeah, you think it would definitely help.
Cool.
I give mine to
You
our
get the
new
sense
party
that
member.
it would help a lot more too if it was like wet. I feel like
And
you're
then I
soaked
suggest
in
that.
We have to fight while waterboarded? Is that what's going on here?
Well,
I'd have oh god, I
We
do
all-
have traveler's clothes. I could just give Nox like my pants. He could stick his face in one of my pant legs. Just tie it off.
tie it off at the end.
I'm sure you guys could jerry rig something for now.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can find.
You got
something.
enough
But
random on you.
I give my bandana to. I forgot how to pronounce it. How's it pronounced?
Vanya?
Vanya.
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 Oh, Vanya.
Vanya.
Okay.
The Vanya.
Yeah, I had trouble with
Vanya.
it at the beginning too.
I think once we say it enough, we'll
Vanya.
have it. But I give mine to Vanya after wetting it.
Lorkthar returns with the rest of her gear. She looks geared up and ready to go, has her pack on, and says, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Always.
Just real quick, one thing. I'm gonna just change the robe of many fashions to be ash colored instead of my normal Saren.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk over to Shango and shove the potion of necrotic resistance into his hand, and then just.
Can I do the mask of many faces and change colors to the exact same color that Flyke turned his cloak?
Like your scales?
Yes.
Or like your outward appearance?
more my scale.
Yeah, totally.
Do I know what Fike just gave me?
He gave you, he probably tells you what it is, but it's a potion of
Okay.
necrotic resistance.
You originally purchased it in Lemnelier.
Yeah, you bought it in
right.
Lemnele.
Yeah.
all the time.
Lemnale.
Lemnele.
I haven't even started drinking it. It's going to happen, so don't worry. It's going to get worse.
Lumnatlar.
Yeah, DM, when the other lady shows up, I offer her like a piece of cloth that I've ripped from something to make into a face mask, and go, cover your mouth with this, breathe through it. It should help reduce the particles that are causing this. I'm sure it was a basic oversight and in no way reflective of your ability that you didn't notice that earlier and let these people get sick.
Darn, you're starting to become condescending.
I said I'm sure it was not her fault that she had that oversight.
But first things first, and going to take out the alchemy jug, switch it to water, and start like soaking my rag and handing it around for people to get
She
wet.
looks at you, Tharn, and says, I appreciate your assistance. I am a bit hot-tempered. I know that there are probably other places you would rather be.
Yes.
No. every
Though this
time
does seem like a place a wild mother would want me as well, so it is understandable that I am here.
We appreciate your assistance regardless.
Out of curiosity, the place that they mentioned with the tree, would Ren recognize like that area from anywhere she like saw in a vision or anything like that? Was that like part of the little grove area that she saw?
In what vision?
From the Wild Mother, when Wild Mother showed how it was initially, like that, like when it was super green, there was a big tree, I think. But
as a matter of fact, I'm not even going to make you roll for it because you brought it up and remembered. Yes.
Yeah.
There was a massive willow tree. In that vision that she showed you, that was probably hundreds, if not thousands, of years old and has been there for a long, long time. The trunk was probably 20 feet across.
Then yeah, like
I'm sorry, more like 10, 15 feet across.
Then yeah, definitely like remembering that, she kind of looks over to Tharn, like, I don't believe I must have been right. This may be a task for purifying that tree. I have seen it before, I believe.
Well, if purifying the tree is needed to stop this awful necromantic curse, then that is what we shall do.
Yeah, she'll give the basic gist of what she saw in the vision about that tree and what you just said.
Okay.
It's not the same spot where the rift was, right?
It is not the same spot where the rift was, no.
Is it closer or is it farther? Like would we know the distance between where the rift was from where?
Lokthar explains that those two locations are within several hundred yards of each other.
So not far, because it took us like not even a day to get there.
It took you about a half a day to get. It's not a huge forest; it's a grove. So yeah, it took you about a half a day to march through the forest or the grove to get to that location. She tells you that this should be about a similar trek.
So we were practically in the middle of the forest at the time. Okay.
You were, yeah.
So when Renata dips the rag or the bandana into the water, every time she pulls it out, I would like to cast Prestidigitation and dry it every time that she does it. Until she figures it out, it's me.
So you're the only one that uses a lot of Prestidigitation around, like, Noxus!
Never wet.
This is the one time I doth wish it to be wet on my face.
Shall we?
Certainly.
Yeah.
I believe no more reason to tally there is.
All right. Follow me. As the gates to the small outpost open, Lorkthar leads you out of the fortress and walks the 50 or so feet across the grass to the edge of the Shivergreen Grove. There is a fog that probably comes up to most of your knee that perpetuates the floor of the forest. All the trees are blackened and charred, and you can see these like black, like ash-like particulate matter kind of like floating through the air in the grove as you enter into the forest.
I hold my breath for 20, 30 minutes at a time.
Okay.
I just stop breathing altogether. Just hold my
I
breath.
still have the mask over, but
Yeah.
when I breathe in, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Try to be shallow about it, or like slow.
Yeah, I just take one deep breath and then stop breathing.
As you enter the forest, it's strange. The farther in you go, it's like as you cross like the threshold into the grove, it's like the temperature drops like 20 or 30 degrees. And you get an uneasy feeling. You continue to walk through Lorkthar at the front, and as you continue your way through the forest, she stops every once in a while, kind of puts her hand on one of the charred, burnt trees and looks around. Even through the wet rags around your face, the smell is of ash and smoke, and a burnt, charred feeling. The floor of the forest is covered with ash, and your feet crunch with every step as you step over burnt, crunchy grass and leaves.
DM,
Yes.
I would ask her how far we are from there.
You guys have only been going for about 30 minutes, and she says it's still several hour trek.
But the distance, how far is it?
It's hard going through the thick forest, but several hundred yards, maybe a mile.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah.
All right.
The grove is only about mile and a half. The grove is only at its thickest part about 3 miles across.
Oh, well then in that case, I'm going to take 10 minutes,
Uh-huh.
or I would have done this before we left then,
Okay.
if that's what we were told. And I am going to cast...
Commune with nature.
No.
That'd be
I'm
what
gonna
I do.
I'm going to cast Forbiddance.
Forbiddance?
Yep.
I don't know that spell.
6th level cleric spell. Let me see if I can actually make it show up.
I think I got it in my... Here,
There it is.
Here we go. Forbiddance. Abjuration ritual, 10 minutes. And I believe you specifically got those material components before you left Amon, didn't you?
I did, and I'm casting it as a ritual before we leave then, so that the entire grove is covered by this.
Okay. You create a ward against magical travel that protects up to 40,000 square feet of floor space to a height of 30 feet above the floor. For the duration, creatures can't teleport into the area or use portals, such as those created by the gate spell, to enter the area. The spell proofs the area against planar travel and therefore prevents creatures from accessing the area by way of the astral plane, ethereal plane, Feywild, Shadowfell, or the plane shift spell. In addition, the spell damages types of creatures that you choose when you cast it. Choose one or more of the following: Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead. When a chosen creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, the creature takes 5d10 radiant or necrotic damage, your choice, when you cast a spell. Which is your choice?
We're going to go Radiant,
You sure?
and my choice is going to be Undead. Is the party good with Undead?
Yeah.
You can choose one
Yeah.
or more
Yeah, I
of
think
them,
we're
so you
good
can
with that.
basically choose
No, you know
almost all
what?
of
You
them.
know what? I think we should go beasts.
I mean, you can choose multiple. You can choose elementals. You can choose.
When you cast the spell, you can designate a password. What's the password?
Oh, geez.
You don't have to make a password. You can, right?
Oh,
I can.
a creature that speaks the password as it enters the area takes no damage from the spell.
So, I mean, is anybody here Undead? Or
Nope.
Elemental, Fae, Fiend?
No, somebody's
I'm,
very
I'm,
old.
I'm half Fae. Does that
You
count?
really know.
I'm old,
Spell's
but luckily
area-
not undead.
The spell's area can't overlap with the area of another forbidden spell. If you cast Forbiddance every day for 30 days in the same location, the spell lasts until it is dispelled and the material components are consumed on the last casting.
Turns out Thorn literally was the expert that was needed.
Right?
Yeah. So technically, and I don't mean to do this to you, Will. It's my last game. Every undead within a 3.75 mile radius of where I cast it is basically taking 5d10 radiant damage every turn.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Like right
Wait.
now?
Mm.
Every turn?
From the moment I finish casting it as a ritual, which takes an hour.
Is 40,000 square feet that big?
40,000 feet is 7.5 miles.
Wow.
40,000 feet, yes, but 40,000 square feet.
Right. So obviously you would cube that.
No.
What's a square mile? I don't know. 40,000 square feet to acres would be like 0.9 acres. Less than 1 acre.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
It's
So
not
you
a 3
finish the
mile.
spell,
Not a 3 mile
it
space.
is within that area, right?
the entire grove?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Cool.
It's not?
It depends on, like, is it less than 1 acre of land?
It's the entire grove is about 3 miles across. To the center of the grove is like a mile.
40,000 square feet is 200 by 200 feet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said it was like 100 yards away, though, right?
Several hundred yards
Several
away.
hundred.
Oh, I thought I only heard 100 yards away.
No, several hundred yards away.
I was like,
a
oh,
mile,
well then in
mile and
that
a half.
case. Okay.
That would not take us
Well-
multiple hours to get there if it was 100 yards.
Yeah.
That's what I thought also, but that's what he said, or that's what I thought he said.
No,
He
it
keeps
says it was a
cutting in and out, so.
miscommunication.
All right. Well,
Technology
anyway.
sucks. Would you
Anyway,
like to wait on casting it then?
we will wait on casting that until we're in
Okay.
the area.
You got it.
Though I
So we'll
might
hold
do
off on that.
commune with nature in the meanwhile to get us. Yes.
You want to do a commune with nature?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you pull out your blades,
So stick them into the ground in the ash.
stick them into the ash of the ground, and you do your ritual and cast commune with nature. And what 3 questions would you like to ask?
I'd like to know the. Let's see, the location, or at least the knowledge about powerful celestials, Fathians, elementals, or undead in the area.
You do not get any powerful undead, like powerful individual undead.
Mm-hmm.
You do, however, sense many lesser undead throughout the the 300 or the 3 mile radius.
Do I get a sense anywhere of where they are to be able to navigate people away from
They
them
do
if we're
seem
trying
to be
get...
concentrated in an area
All right. We'll let people know
towards
that.
the center of the grove.
So we need to go anyway. So at least
That's one question.
yes. Is there any other influence from other planes of existence besides the...
You get a it's already cold in the forest, but you get an even colder breeze blowing over, as if the negative answer from the Raven Mother. In the no influences from other planes of existence.
And then, let's see. How about the terrain between here and there that we'll have to deal with?
Forest after a forest fire.
Yeah, so just, okay, nothing we have to deal with. I mean, that's all I can really get from that spell before I'd like plants, minerals, animals, but...
Yeah.
Okay. Then
It is
we'll
rich
just...
in charcoal.
It is rich in charcoal. So if any of you
Yeah.
have spells that require charcoal as a component, it's the perfect time to stock up.
Just grab it all. Grab it all.
Yeah, for your... That's
Now,
for your
guys, I know
familiar,
we're
right?
adventurers. Activated charcoal is a real thing. This is a good time to invest.
Yeah. So as you finish the ritual and stand up, you continue your trek through the forest. 1 hour bleeds into 2. 2 hours bleed into 3. As you're making your way through thick trees, it's never a straight line. You keep having to zigzag around from the thick trunks of these burnt trees. At this point, I would like everyone to make Constitution saving throws. However, because of your wet bandanas over the mouths, you all have advantage.
Yay!
This is
Whoop,
this
whoop.
is
Yeah!
breathing based.
It is breathing based, yes.
Okay, I haven't been breathing since.
So
we
then,
Yeah,
would
Shango
we
doesn't
have
need to.
to do that?
Well, yeah, Shango, how long can you hold your breath?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. So yeah, so you're good. And especially if you haven't been speaking. And
Nope.
Tharn, I'm gonna lower the DC for you because you only have to breathe like once every 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Plus, you have advantage.
Odd ability when things comes never in handy.
So don't I know that Shango's
Hey,
been holding his
you
breath? Has he done that in front of us before?
I don't know.
Probably not. I don't think he has done it in front of you before.
Not
No.
for
like-
a really long
Even
time.
before, like,
Otherwise-
before we
Yeah.
met up with them?
Probably since before you met up with, before you guys got to Whitestone.
Oh, okay, then maybe Ren knows, but...
Yeah. However, you can't talk like this, Shango.
Yes. So far, I have not been talking.
No, you haven't. Noxus, even with the precautions that you've been taking, you have been breathing heavy. Hiking is not usually your thing. You're more of a short burst sprinter kind of guy, not a marathon walker. So you've been breathing a little bit heavier, and you're getting a lot of this particulate matter in, and you can hear Noxus coughing quite a bit as you guys are going through the forest. Noxus, you have a point of exhaustion on you from breathing in this particulate matter. It is better, yes, Shango.
Yep.
So then I blame our Wi-Fi. Yeah, because we ran around and found a 500-yard long LAN cable.
My Wi-Fi.
My wife. As you continue through, I gotta make it for Thar. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, she's way good. The rest of you are getting it in your mouth still, and it's like gross. It's like getting a little bit of ash in there, but it's not really bothering the rest of you too much. As you continue your trek through the forest, I'm gonna say I'd like hearing-based perception checks from the party as well.
Okay.
Hearing.
Thanks, no whammies, go. Ooh. Yeah!
Oh, no, it's
Okay.
normal. Not advantage.
Great. The guy who can't speak is the guy who can hear it.
The
Definitely.
vow of silence.
So Shango, Ren, and Vanya, the three of you are continuing to hear footfalls other than those of your party, but they seem to be a ways off and they never get closer. But they seem to, every once in a while, you'll hear a couple of shambling steps off to your right away. You never see anything.
Mhm.
And then you'll hear a pair of shambling steps off to your left, and then some more shambling steps behind you, and in different directions around you, but they never seem to be getting closer.
Can't start hear that.
I'm not trying to box us in.
Oh, I can barely hear you, David. Hold on a second.
Sorry.
I'll try and turn you up a little bit.
Yep.
Sounds like they're trying to box us in.
Perhaps.
Shango, you realize that the sounds are never from in the front of you, the direction you're going.
Never from in front of us.
No, you're always hearing these steps to your
Okay.
left, right, and behind you, but
I'll,
not in front of you.
I'll cast a minor illusion in front of me of a circle that's broken in front of us.
Ooh.
Does that have verbal components?
Shouldn't. I think it has somatic and material.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
I don't know.
verbal.
I'm asking
Yeah,
because I'm not
I
sure.
just looked at it. Yep. Somatic and material. I just
Okay,
looked at
cool.
it.
So he creates a small illusion in front of you of a circle with like a quarter of it in the front that is not there.
Perhaps thou art right in a sense, Master Vanya.
Boxing us in or leading us somewhere.
Well, we knew what we were getting into at the beginning of this.
We did.
I just nod.
Noxus, you okay back there?
I'm okay. I'll be fine. Let's just keep going.
I'd pick him up and start carrying him.
Hey, what the? I don't think I've ever been manhandled like this before.
Try not to talk too
Don't know
much,
if I like
Narcissus.
Stop breathing too much.
Oh wait, can the alchemy jug create air?
Can what?
No.
Can the alchemy jug create air?
It's a
No.
liquid.
Liquids.
Liquids.
I wanted to ask just in case, because
Well,
Yeah.
stuff your mouth
thinking
full
outside
of
the box.
mayonnaise, so you're not.
I grab the jug and I say mayonnaise and I coat that shit.
It's not cough syrup.
As you guys continue forward,
Can we see the fumes?
it's less of a fume and more of a particulate matter that you can
Particulate.
see like floating.
It's like sawdust.
Not quite that big and thick,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a
But
very
like a
fine-
black like ash and like the stuff that you see coming up off of a campfire
Mm-hmm.
that kind of like floats off and then yeah, but it just never seems to land.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna try something. Yeah, why not? Let me see. Component rebel. Okay. I am going to subtle cast gust, so I don't need to use the verbal component.
Okay.
Just like in front of me to the side, and see if I can, just by looking at it, see if it pushes the particulates out or away and it helps at all.
Yeah, it does seem to affect. Yeah.
Also, as we're going along, just considering the particulates in the air and all the stuff around us, Ren's gonna take out Nature's Boon and place a hand to the Owl's Wisdom and cast Owl's Wisdom on herself.
Okay.
Can I try using Mage Hand to just kind of wave really fast back and forth in front of my face?
That looks probably amazing.
Sure. Make just make a charisma check.
Wait, as in like a brush away movement, or as in
Yeah,
like
like
you can't see me?
like a
Both.
fanning movement to like blow the particulates away.
Yeah, it appears to make like a bit of a little bit of a gust, for lack of a better term, like a little bit of airflow, and it appears to affect the particulate in front of you.
Nice.
Can I do prestidigitation in front of me to get rid of the particulates?
You can.
Just in front of my
Clean the
face?
air.
Yeah.
I clean the air as I go, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, the three of you are just constantly casting.
While they're doing that, yeah, Ren just cast in Elle's wisdom so that she could get up front and keep an eye out for anything as they're going forward.
Yep. As you guys travel for another hour and a half, Lorkthar stops and turns around and says, "We're close. It should be just ahead."
All right. How shouldst we proceed, Tharn?
Well, have we seen any of the undead, or
You have not.
We
Have we
probably
heard?
them.
Yeah, have we
Yes.
heard any of them recently?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
any-
recently.
That has that has continued. That the you could hear the shuffling just out of view continue. They never got closer though.
Do I see anything looking around, or just hear them?
Make a perception check.
11.
Looking around, you don't see movement. The scenery doesn't seem to have changed much. Continuing burnt trees, ash on the ground, though it's hard to see on the ground as it's coated in a thick fog.
Gotcha.
Still
Do you
waiting
want
on
me to go
Tharn.
scout ahead?
I say that we move forward and see what it is we're dealing with.
Very well.
I nod and continue going.
Yeah, let's get going.
I'll step next to Lorkthar for the moment.
There is a ritual I could cast, but it would take quite some time, and we seem fairly exposed out here.
I don't know that I have anything that'll buy you enough time to cast a ritual if we get interrupted.
Can we do the bubble? No, that takes time too.
And also, nothing can get through it.
Right.
Ah, but nothing can get through the bubble.
Right. But nothing can go out the bubble either. Remember we tried this?
That is true. The ritual I would be casting would not need to go through the bubble.
Are you sure? Like, are you really sure, Mark?
Or would it be possible to simply drop the hut at the end of the ritual, towards the end? Would the magic still affect the area?
Could be
Well, I
worth
mean-
a try.
Doesn't the hut take like 10 minutes? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I
It
pointed
does
my nose
for
and pointed Noxus.
it does for Shango, yeah, because he has to do it as a ritual.
True.
And this is out of character. I'm just assuming that Tharn's lasts the same amount of time.
The casting time.
You
for-
would be wrong.
Okay,
20.
maybe it is a good thing we do this.
Either way, I doth believe we need his time. Now, doth we have enough of it?
I think we could off.
How much time do you need?
If we are going with the hut idea, 10 minutes, I doth believe so.
I nod.
Actually, that's going to be up to the DM. Do you use the out of the book times 10, or do you?
If you're casting something as a ritual, it's 10 minutes added to whatever the normal casting time is.
Oh, well then in that case, it would only take me 20 minutes.
If things get hairy,
Oh.
then the bubble potentially could be an option to have a safe 10 minutes for you.
I'll put up 2 hands and point at 2 in one hand and the 1 in the other one.
You hear a strange
Moving
bird making
up and
beeping
down.
noises in the distance.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought I was
Look
muted.
for a
I'm sorry,
raven.
guys.
I'll hold like 2 fingers in one hand and 1 finger in the other hand up and weigh them up and down.
Hmm.
I leave it to you. What do we wish to do? We know that we're close enough that Melwood, the area of the tree.
Lorkthar tells you that you guys only about 150 feet away from the clearing that the willow is in.
Still need to get a little bit closer.
Getting a bit closer could help, but could also make it more prohibitive to be able to pull this off. You can always try it, and if things get too hairy, if you're doing a ritual spell, it's not like you're burning a slot, right? So you can just stop and join the club.
Again, DM, are the components used
Components are
at the end of the ritual?
Yes, they are eaten up at the completion of the ritual.
But you're
Okay.
Wait, Forbiddance doesn't use up the
Yeah,
components,
Forbidden
does it?
doesn't consume.
It only uses up the components, I believe,
After 30 days.
if you're doing the 30-day one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
if you're trying to make it permanent.
Yeah, sorry, I got that confused with another spell that I was going to cast, which would have a similar question. But anyway, yes. All right.
So what's the
Yes,
plan?
we can go closer, and I need to be within the vicinity of the tree to spell to both assist the land and he.
You're cutting out a lot.
Yeah, you're cutting out there, bud.
Hello.
A little bit better?
Try again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hello. Can anyone hear
Yep.
me?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. I forgot what I said.
I believe the gist of it was he would need to be
Closer.
a bit closer for the ritual to take effect and help heal the land, or something to that effect, right? Yeah.
Sounds about right.
There you go.
I'll make a hand motion towards
So-
the direction of where the tree is. Like,
We should get closer then.
Seems to be the case.
All right.
Scout ahead. Is that necessary?
That
Shake
I
my head.
leave up to you. That I leave up to you. But we're only, if we travel about another 100 feet or so, you should be able to see the cursed willow from a distance.
If we out scouting, allow me to go with you, because... And she points up at her eyes. They're like around the ring. It probably have like a little bit of light in them from the owl's wisdom.
Yeah.
I shake my head again.
I'll go. I don't mind. And
Shake my head
I'll
a
just
third
take
time.
I'll take my shield and I'll just put it over my back and I'll take my sap out with the scimitar.
Seems like Shango keeps shaking his head as if he doesn't want us to scout.
I'm just doing like an encompassing motion to all of us.
Huh. Suppose so. Also, perhaps we should have the carpet out in case things get difficult suddenly.
I pull out the carpet.
All right.
Sorry.
You watch as Vanya. You watch as Noxus pulls out a rather large 6 foot by 9 foot carpet that
Fucking sweet.
appears to float several feet off the ground.
It also really ties the forest together.
Yeah.
Right?
If you look closely, it actually matches Fike's eyes.
We're gonna have to get this.
So are you
right.
guys moving forward, or what's the plan?
I guess we're moving forward as a group.
Let's do it.
I'm still gonna stay towards the front though to be able to spot anything. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I will
Same
also
with
stay
Fike.
at the front.
Okay.
Heavy
I
hitters
will
up
ride
front.
on the carpet. I will ride on the carpet. Anyone want to join me? Going on to
That
a
might be for the
place.
best for some of you.
I'm
Going
gonna
once.
pull my hood up and wander about 20 feet off to the side of the group.
Are you stealthing, Biro?
Yep.
All right. Those who are stealthing can make stealth checks.
Good try.
Good. If I remember how that works, it's with advantage.
For with the Cloak of Elvenkind, yeah.
Oh, we good Fike.
I wonder
Alrighty,
how
you
our
guys.
Goliath friend's gonna fare.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not even trying.
He's not even bothering to stealth. It appears.
Wait, Goliath's
No.
stealth? That's a thing?
And he's walking right next
as
to
you
Ren,
guys-
so it's like, well,
As you guys continue forward, the fog begins to part a bit, and as you come around a cluster of trees, you can see a bit of an opening in the distance on a mound in the center. You can see this massive root structure disappear into this earthen mound as this massive dead willow tree, or dead appearing willow tree, rises up into the canopy of the forest. None of the other trees have any sort of vegetation or leafy green or burnt life on them. This, however, appears to have the willow vegetation that drops from the branches of the tree, though it is all blackened and charred.
yeah, Ren goes a little wide-eyed at that, and like, oh, that has. She's
Well,
just
that
kind of
was
saddened by that because she's seen how this thing was at the beginning. Whew.
Do we see any movement around the area?
Make a perception check.
Can I also be looking for movement?
Make a
Yeah.
perception check.
And
That's
I'll
why
be
I was
doing
here.
the same.
Perception check.
You know the drill. You want us to pull the characters out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bottom
okay.
right.
Where are we?
Down here?
Bottom right.
Down here.
Oops, soda.
Oops.
Even the stealthy crew.
The stealthy crew, I believe you said you went off 20 or so feet to the left or right.
Correct.
Something like that. Yeah.
So place yourselves accordingly.
Place yourselves accordingly.
Assume this all.
Those of you making the perception checks, take a good solid moment to look around, and take a look around, assess the situation. There is no movement, no sound. Even those steps that you were hearing earlier don't appear to be around.
I'll look questioning to the people next to me and give like a thumbs up.
Vanya does not seem reassured by this.
Good.
I couldn't see that anyway. I'm looking at the tree. Gonna peek back at Tharn.
It's close enough for whatever you had in mind, Thorn.
Yes. Yes, I believe it is.
Well,
Just
then,
about. And I'm going to walk to right here. And I'm going to start doing the ritual.
Alrighty.
I will go and I will stand right next to him.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
We're making a protective Avengers shit around Tharn right
Yeah.
now.
Lorkthar moves over to flank you, Tharn.
Is this right here like a little bit of a hill, or is it just from the trees that are?
That is like a root. That's like a tree with a bunch of root cluster
Gotcha.
right there. As you begin your ritual, Tharn, you begin your chants and placing out the material components. And as you do, the holy powers of Melora, the Wild Mother, flow through you and into the land around you. And at that, Biero and Tharn and Renata, you notice the willows of the tree shudder.
Prepare yourselves. It is reacting.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
I mean, we could wait 20 minutes to roll initiative, you know. We don't have to roll initiative right now, do
We
we?
just. What is it? 20 minutes is like with 10. What is it? 1 minute is 10 rounds ish.
Correct.
Yep.
Just
One round
200
is
rounds.
6 seconds.
One round is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Fuck, do I get a surprise round? Jesus Christ.
We'll just do 200 rounds.
I'm so glad Phoebe got us popcorn. This is gonna be great.
I rolled terrible on my initiative.
That's okay. We're okay with
It's
that.
a tree.
I'm totally
How
okay
good
with
the
that.
initiative be for a tree?
It's not very dexy. I'll give you that. I'll give
It's
you
a
that one.
tree. It doesn't move much.
Well, it shudders.
Noctis, you really need to start hitting the advantage button when you roll initiative and stuff.
I do. It only rolls it once. That's why I roll it twice.
There's a setting on your character sheet to set it for advantage.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that?
Hit the gear
Yep.
on your sheet while Bill's doing whatever he's doing. And go in like the middle box, there's an initiative style thing, and you can hit advantage on that.
But I don't want it. Oh, well, yeah. I do want it on every. There we go. Now it's fixed, Bill.
Hey.
Cool.
I need Ren to give me a breakdown of the Whomping Willow from Harry Potter real quick because I have no clue. I know that's a thing. I don't understand.
It hits you.
That's it.
That's all
It
you
is
It
a
wants
willow.
you. That is literally
That's
what it
It's
does.
a willow that whomps people. That's all
It's
you
a-
really need to know.
This is fucking stupid.
Vanya, don't you have advantage on initiative?
I do. It's in there. I'd still roll the 9.
Oh, I didn't see the other one. I only saw the 9 for some reason.
No, it rolls. The initiative one is handled different. So there's like an 8. I rolled an 8 and a 5, and I got a 9.
Yeah.
You did not too bad for a guy with a -2 initiative modifier.
No, you
Yeah,
did
I'm
not.
sad that I rolled so low.
I have initiative. I have advantage and a +1, and I rolled worse.
You're
than
not
you,
going
so.
last there, Vanya.
Hey! I beat the tree.
Yay! Yay!
Congratulations, you're quicker than a tree.
All right. The branches of the tree begin to sway. The vines of the willow begin to jerk around. and there's a slight rumble in the earth. Fike, you are up first.
Of course I am. I am going to use a bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite onto my blade.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run at the...
Get it.
I'm going to dash as my action. And that's it. It's my whole turn.
Alrighty. That brings us to initiative count 20.
Oh shit, right.
Oh, okay. The ground begins to rumble, and you guys watch as roots begin to break the earth surface as they appeared to be lifting up and out these skeletal forms that are interwoven with the root system as
Oh, hello.
Ren, I want to see some Norman Reedus shit. Don't disappoint.
But which kind of Norman Reedus is the question?
He's a badass all around, so just do something impressive.
Fair enough. We've been playing a lot of Death Stranding.
Don't fall over, but do burn your
as
mother.
6 briared root infused skeletons appear, and they are going to make attacks against people. First, against Fike. I'm pretty sure a 13 misses.
Oh, hey, do we have Nox's temporary hit points?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Cool.
Do we? Because
They
did
are-
he sleep last night?
He slept.
Yes.
He slept the second night. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Oh, hang on. So I think it's only 5. Double check.
It's
I believe it's
5?
only 5.
What?
Why?
So one person won't get them.
Oh, only 5 people.
Well,
people.
there's 7 of you. Oh, well, there's So there's 6 others. So one person won't get them, but that's up to you who doesn't
Yeah,
get
who do
it.
you
But
want?
anyway, does a 25 hit you, Fike?
Yes, it does.
There it is.
You take
5 creatures.
6 points of piercing damage as it stabs you with this like rusty short sword. Cortanus, I'm pretty sure 15 misses.
Yep.
And however, how about a 23?
Yep. Also, I need to know whether I have the hit points or not, Noxus, before I add them and start subtracting.
I will say Nox was on autopilot for but new guy got him, sorry.
All right, so Vanya's
Okay.
the only one that doesn't.
Cool.
So you take 5 piercing damage from being stabbed with a rusty short sword.
Okay.
Vanya.
Yep.
Does a 24 hit you?
Sure does.
You take, as you have not raged yet, you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And Biero, pretty sure an 8 doesn't hit you.
Just misses.
Biero, Shingo, and Nox, you guys are up.
Ooh, are we all going to go?
You can go ahead first,
Sure.
Bureau.
Okay. I have a ton of wall spells that don't seem particularly helpful in this situation. So I will draw my new Frostbrand rapier
Okay.
and hit the one that's catty corner to me.
Okay.
All right.
What's with the plus?
Let's see.
You have
I don't
bless
know.
on for some reason.
I don't know why that keeps getting checked. Okay.
The 27 hits, the 12 does not.
You're trying to
Okay.
tell me something there.
I will use my my thingamajig, defensive flourish.
Okay.
As well.
Thingamajig.
It's
It's a technical term.
Close enough.
My hoobity what's it?
The thing I use all the time.
You know, the thing with the guy and the stuff in the place.
In the game.
Who doesn't know that?
Let's see. Where is... There we go. So 6
always.
plus 7.
So 13
13.
points of damage.
Nice.
Right.
Plus another d6 of cold damage because of your new
Wow.
rapier.
Yep.
Nice.
So you take a big slash at this thing, and it's coated with ice crystals and flakes. It's looking like it's barely standing,
Cool.
but it's still up.
Uh,
Anything
that'll-
else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Shango then Nox.
All right, I'll pull out my rod and roll it in front of me, and I will twin cast haste on Ren and Vanya. So a little like tornado comes out and hits both of them.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, yes.
So a small whirlwind surrounds Ren and Von as you speed up and the world slows down, and you have the haste spell on you.
Am I in difficult terrain?
You are not. No.
Okay. I will. Whoops. Actually, try to grab my token. Just step a little bit down here. That's it.
Alrighty. Noxus.
All right, I am gonna pull out my spear,
All right.
and I'm gonna whack or stab the guy in front of the barn.
You're gonna whack with your spear.
Which
yeah,
guy?
I realized this guy right here, who's in front of Thorn.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Flank's not there to make that innuendo. Don't take it from him.
So if you're whacking with a spear, you're doing it wrong. It's more jab.
Stabby stab.
Jabby jab, jab, jab. Thrown. Okay, so it's the first one. So 1 and
11 misses. 24 definitively hits, though.
and since they're undead,
They
do
are
I roll?
undead, so it's an extra d8 damage.
So I roll another D.
Whoop, whoop.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you a thing for that.
Alrighty, so it takes 11 points of damage. So you smash it with the spear. The radiant energy of the radiant blade that appears at the end of the spear pulses as it hits the undead, which knocks it back a step, but it is still up. Anything else?
That is about it for the moment.
Tharn.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my holy symbol and cast Destroy Undead.
Alrighty.
Oh, there
What
goes
is-
the.
What
there
is
goes
your
the,
DC?
Cool.
My DC is 17.
Ooh, let's
17.
go.
It's a wisdom save, if I'm not mistaken, yes?
I believe you are not mistaken.
That is a fail. That is a fail. 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 All 4 of the ones within 30 feet of you fail.
Okay, bye.
As they are just turned to ash around you.
Nice.
All right. And then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sir. And I'm going to scream at the tree. Now you knock that off right now.
Old
Make an
man yells at
intimidation
tree. It
Get
continues.
off my lawn.
Oh, that's
boy.
great.
Get off my lawn right now.
You feel the tree is unaffected by your words of scorn.
This tree needs to be off my lawn.
Ren, and then Vanya.
All right. Well, just feeling like the haste power up, going to nod to Shango and then Tharn ran off, so going to, still seeing those 2 skeletons over there, going to basically rush over by Fike and start swinging.
Alrighty.
But first things first, bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
Which one?
Let's start with that one.
Alrighty, let's mark him. You've been marked.
And get
And
wrecked.
you're marked. 21 hits.
And
Go ahead and roll that Hunter's Mark damage on it real quick for me.
it's already in there.
It is?
Yep, I added it as a thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Disregard that.
Mhm.
So you take a slash at that one. It shudders, but is still up.
Gonna take a swing at the other one. Mark it.
That also hits, and that one also is marked.
But not Hunter's.
No, but it's marked by your mark
Yes,
thing.
exactly.
And it shudders, but is also still up.
Then I got 2 more swings, so they both get 1. This is the one up top that's Hunter's marked.
That one just gets blasted and destroyed
And let's
falls
go
into oblivion.
last one.
That one too. As you kind of just like 2, 3, 4, and then the other one also just scatters across, to bone and wood across the foggy ground.
Pinwheel of death.
Alrighty, that ends your turn, Renata.
Mhm.
Vanya.
Well, now there's nothing for me to fight, so I guess I'm charging at the tree. uh,
Young man fights tree.
Vanya is not a young man.
Well-
Vanya's 51.
Okay, well, young for a Goliath, right? That's still, or maybe not? No?
Goliaths
Nope.
age like humans, pretty much.
Oh, they do? Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they do. So Vanya's going to look at Shango and say, "Thank you, Weatherman." And then he's going to rage and shout.
Weatherman!
What?
Did you just yell witness me?
And he's going to charge at the tree because he has nothing better to do.
Alrighty.
And with haste and fast movement, I'm pretty sure I get there.
Get wrecked.
And I'm gonna hit it with. I'm gonna pull out a big ass great axe and hit it.
Alrighty, make your 2 attacks or 3 attacks.
Whoop,
Well,
whoop.
today.
20
Whoop,
hits,
whoop.
21 hits, and yeah, the 20 barely hits. The 21 and the 23, they all hit.
Get wrecked.
Cool.
So like a lumberjack chopping down a tree, you just run up and start cutting into this massive tree. Add that up for me. How much is that?
That is 31, 49, 55, 61.
61 points of damage.
And as I do it, I shout, "Stop being terrible!"
The tree does not appear to respond.
You're grounded.
As that ends your turn, Vanya,
Uh-huh.
it is now the tree's turn. You feel a slight vibration in the air, and all that particulate appears to like come in magnetically to the tree, and then this pulse of necrotic energy shoots out from the tree, centered on the tree, out in all directions. I need Vanya, Fike, Kurtanis, Tharn, Biero, Lorkthar, Noxus. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws. You just moved out of range, Shango.
Woohoo!
Nice. Woo!
I forgot to roll initiative.
Do we get the advantage with the
No,
mask?
this is different.
Still?
This is
Okay.
different.
That's not good.
Does
You
Fike have
don't know
a
why
thing
you
for-
had advantage, Noxus.
That's disadvantage, Bill, because I'm exhausted.
This is a
Yeah.
saving throw, not an ability check.
Oh.
Well, then
wait.
you have 24.
No, I thought it was the same thing.
No.
Vanya, Biero, Fike, and Tharn, you guys fail.
Does Fike
Shit.
have an
Sorry,
aura?
guys.
I need a recount.
Does Fike have his paladin aura? Does that help?
Fike
Oh yeah.
does
Everyone
have a
gets
paladin aura.
Yeah, so that brings us up to
It
anyone
doesn't.
who's
It's not. What's your charisma modifier?
+4.
It's not going to do it.
Oh no.
It would only be you and Ren anyway.
So it helps Ren.
Well, Ren, you got a 29, so.
Well, she got it without.
I'm fine.
It's only within 10 feet, guys. I'm just a small paladin.
Little baby.
All of you take 51 points.
Oh, fuck!
Of necrotic damage. Noxus and Cortanus, you take half of that, and your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount.
Ooh, wait.
So half of 51.
Maximum hit points is reduced
Time
by
out.
51.
But that would affect our temporary hit points first.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the maximum would only be reduced whatever it did to our maximum, right?
Yes. Correct.
And so only the people who
Okay.
failed right have that second part, right?
So
Nope,
25
everybody.
Oh, everybody. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So it's 25 and a half. So
25. 25. So you take 25 points of damage, Noxus. And then
That's 11.
however much of that goes into your actual hit points, not your temporary hit points, your max hit points are reduced by much as well.
Ooh.
Wait, so my max hit points are reduced by 25, or are they reduced by 11? My temporary down.
How much damage went to your actual hit points,
Okay, cool.
not
Got
your
it.
temporary hit points? All right, that brings us back to the top of the order, Fike.
Is that as an action or a bonus action?
I'll be nice and say that's his free action.
I don't know. Is shitting your pants an action or a free action? I don't know.
It's free action.
Depends on how
Give me
bad
my brown pants.
Then I will use my free action to shit my pants. How close am I to the tree? Can I hit it from where I'm at?
I forgot to do Lokthar's turn because I forgot to roll her initiative.
Oh shit, I gotta...
So
We'll say she was a little scared.
I'm gonna do I'll do that now. Turn now, real quick.
Let's see if I can keep my hunter's mark.
I also forgot to.
Okay, good.
She failed her save, so she takes that damage.
Hopefully she's not.
Just
dead.
kill her off. That way you don't have to worry about it.
It's fine, guys. I kept my
working on
hunter's
it.
mark. We're all set.
I'm working on it. Oh yeah,
15. Yeah.
yeah, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you took half damage.
Yep.
Nobody else had concentration spells up. Lokthar is going to touch you, Biero. Actually, that's just, no point in doing that.
Yeah.
Later.
Hey.
She is going to move over here. And then she is going to change into a fire elemental.
That seems wise.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
It begins.
Hell yeah.
This isn't rough terrain, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
Now we'll go fight. Get your turn.
How close am I? Am I able to hit the tree from where I'm at, or do I
Nope.
need to get closer to?
You gotta get closer.
How much closer?
You'd have to get like up in here.
Yeah, Vanya's right up in there.
All right, I'll get next to Vanya. This is so stupid. I'm gonna hit the tree with my my scimitar of speed.
All right.
Can I sneak attack the tree?
As you have an ally within 5 feet. Yes.
I also have no other.
28 hits.
All right, 1 second. I need to read this. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
I imagine
28.
this is.
All right, you passed. Never mind. You're not afraid of me.
Trees
Okay.
are in
Trees
fact
wise
lies.
and ancient.
Actually, just for ha-has, because I'm probably gonna die. I would like you to re-roll that with disadvantage because of luck.
All right.
Get it?
22.
Yep, you
Aww.
still pass. So you're not afraid of me. You also
Too bad,
take.
because if it was afraid of you, it couldn't willingly move closer.
Yeah.
It also has a speed of 0, so.
Oh, well, that's what I was.
You got that going for you.
I was prepared for a twisted tree end. I was not prepared for a stationary tree. But I go with my. Like I say, I don't have a good plan. I have a plan.
Seems like that's Fike's motto.
Yep, that's it. Does it take? Is it resistant to psychic damage? Otherwise, you don't get that 1 point of psychic damage.
It is not resistant to psychic damage.
Hey,
So you
That's
get all
something.
that damage plus that, and then you get 2 more swings with the scimitar.
They both hit.
Holy shit!
yeah.
All right. Well, you know what's happening on the last one, so.
All right, roll your damage.
Get smote.
Oh wait. Shit. With that, you were in range, Shango.
No.
I was.
80 feet is the
No.
range on it. Yeah.
Fuck.
Make a con save.
Fuck.
I measured wrong.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
And how much more damage is that?
Yes.
Spike.
25.
The crit
All
or
of it.
all of it?
Not,
give
not
me
the
1
first
second.
attack, but the second.
Ah.
One more. 1 second.
So you took half damage.
That was 25, right?
Would have been 25, yeah. And then that second one was your concentration check, I imagine.
Yep.
Thank
Alright,
you.
So you maintain concentration.
I see.
How much damage
40,
was that?
41 of slashing and radiant damage.
Alrighty.
That's the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action.
Yep.
To make a noose whip attack against you, Fike.
Shit.
And it was max hit point reduction too, right?
That is a natural 20.
Fuck.
Okay.
You suffer.
Go to the chat, Shango. I'll answer that.
I didn't hear you answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna just type it
Oh.
in the chat.
You take 41 points of bludgeoning damage as a willow vine shoots down, wraps around your neck, and jerks you off the ground. You are hanging about 20 feet off the ground, are being choked, and are grappled.
This is just a
And-
good night at the
and-
brothel.
And is unconscious.
Fuck.
And you are unconscious and can't breathe.
Shit.
That brings us to the layer action. As the ground rumbles again.
Fike, you can't die before you meet.
You can't die before you get manhandled.
And another skeleton appears.
Shit.
Oh, good. 1, no problem.
Only one this time.
Darn.
By Tharn. Tharn, it's going to make an attack against you with a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only an 18 to hit.
No.
It just clangs off your shell. Bureau, then Shango, then Noxus.
Okay, let me just check the range on this real quick. Yeah, 120 feet. Yeah, time to play some Johnny Cash. And I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire.
Alrighty. As a reaction, it is going to cast Absorb Element.
That's fine. I'll continue to concentrate on it. Let's see.
I believe it has to make a Dex save.
Yes, move out of the way, tree. Move out of the way.
Yeah,
If its movement speed is 0, can it make a dex save?
It has a -3 to its Dex, so it failed regardless.
That's a good question.
60 feet.
It's a good roll right there, Bureau.
So it takes half of that.
Oh, because absorb elements. I'm like,
Yes.
And I'm just gonna like do a half moon like that, and the intent is that like
The inside is fire. Yeah.
exactly.
I gotcha. Alrighty. Anything else?
I will. What is?
I believe it's a special administrative.
I mean, I guess I might as well get closer. So I will move here, and then I will toss an inspiration to Fike.
All right. So you toss inspiration to an unconscious Fike.
Can he hear you?
Oh, he's still unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Then instead, yeah, I'll toss a healing word to Fike.
All right.
At
What level? Second level?
First level.
First level. Fike, you come back to consciousness with 7 hit points and are being hung.
Like, I could have stayed in Amon for this.
Gosh damn it! Thorn, what
At the end of your turn, Biero, the Cursed Willow of the Shivergreen is going to make another Noose Whip attack against Vanya.
All right.
Gosh, dang it, man.
That is a 25 to hit.
Shit.
That will hit.
Another vine around your neck, grappled. It lifts you up about 20 feet off the ground. You suffer 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is that
Reduced.
pre or post range reduction?
That's pre-rage reduction. And you are considered grappled and technically drowning, even though but you can't breathe.
Okay. Cool.
Shango and then Nock.
They're both grappled, right?
They're both grappled. Yep, and like hanging above the ground about 20 feet.
Okay. Let me measure.
You guys are also, unless you like swing, you're out of range to like hit the tree as well, like the trunk of it anyway.
What? Oh, the 2 grappled guys.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm 80 feet away, right? Okay. All right. So first, I will need to fight with.
Oh, you also take an additional, because of the absorb elements. You take another 6 points of fire damage, Vanya, from that attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm fighting with roll 20 because it throws everybody's portraits right over where I'm standing.
You know, you can move the map around, right? Like
yeah, but I need to to get the tree trunk and myself in the map and everything. It's just I don't know.
Zoom out as well.
I'm all the way zoomed out, I think.
And you can also put the pictures on the side or on the top of the screen.
Anyway, what you doing?
I'm running in closer to the tree a little bit so I can yell at the tree, drop it, and I'll cast command.
All right, so it's one word, command.
Yeah, then it's drop.
Drop.
Yeah.
All right, so it has to make a wisdom save.
Yes, against a DC 15 because it's a cleric spell.
It's a 22.
That succeeds.
It's pretty wise.
Pretty wise tree.
It's a very old tree.
Very old
It's
tree.
full of wisdom and it's spry.
And then as my bonus action, Fike looks still pretty rough, right?
Fike has 7 hit points. Yeah.
Yeah. I yell at Fike.
Technically, I'm at like a quarter health because it got reduced down from 28 to 20, from 78 to 27 in one fail.
Jeez.
So we can't
Um,
heal him more than 28.
Yes, at the moment.
Yes.
I'll yell at Fike. Done talking, we're not yet, and throw a healing word his way.
Aw.
Yes.
You get another 11 hit points there, Fike.
Oh wow! Awesome, Shango. Good job.
That ends your
almost
turn,
back to
Shango.
full.
I'll run back away. And
At
then
the
it's my turn.
end of your turn, it's going to use another legendary action.
No.
And it is going to make a root eruption attack at Cortanus. That is a 23 to hit.
Yes.
Alrighty. A bunch of brambled roots erupt from the ground around you. You suffer. Ooh.
I bet you he rolled an 80.
30 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are considered grappled and restrained.
Oh shit.
And power word killed.
No. Grappled and restrained as the roots come up and wrap around your entire body and grow thorns that don't do any damage yet, but like stick into your skin like hypodermic needles almost.
Shit.
Uh,
Well, that goes my
Noxus.
entire idea.
Okay. First things first. Yes, I am the realist. I am going to walk right in front of Lokthar right here.
Okay.
Bonus action. I am going to take my spear and it's going to glow into an orb. And then I'm just going to put it in my chest and I am going to use my 1 day resistance to necrotic.
All right. So you call on the power of Bahamut through the spear as this glowing orb and this radiant shield appears around you.
And then I will take my hands and I will open my mouth. And everyone has seen like noxious fumes come out of my breath or out of my mouth, but this time it's actually a mix like radiant and fire, and I will cast Flame Strike at the core of the tree, like inside the tree.
Okay. It's gonna probably not do very well. It's dex save. It's an 11.
Yes. Get it.
Sir, that would be full damage.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage. 4d8 radiant and 4d8 fire.
Oh, I need
And
to
half the fire damage.
And
says
it takes half the
46.
fire damage because it still has absorb elements on it.
Are you sure it's 4d8?
Or 46, sorry.
Let's see, so-
46.
Yeah, I was about to say because
My
mine says
bad.
46, and I
That's
thought
my
I
bad.
thought I did it wrong. I was about to change it. All right, rolling now. Oh, 5th level, yes, please.
All right, so it takes 19 points of radiant damage and 6 points of fire damage. Alrighty. As a column of radiant fire just emerges from the ground and engulfs the trunk of the tree for a moment. And if it was possible for it to look even more charred and burnt, it looks a little bit more charred and burnt. Does that end your turn, Noxus?
Yes.
All right, that brings us to Lokthar, who, in her fire elemental form, is going to rush up to the tree.
Get it, girl.
As she has a movement of 50 in this form. And just by being next to the tree, it takes 4 down to 2 points of fire damage. And she's then going to make 2 slam attacks against the tree. The first one hits but is ineffectual. And the second one hits, but the second one hits. Second one hits for Uh, nine reduced to 4. So another 4 points of fire damage. The extra damage on its next attack only happens once, right, Mark?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, thank you. All right, that is Lokthar's turn. Tharn.
Get it, Farm.
Okay,
Okay, good.
Let's see.
Sorry for my hunter's mark.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let's start by casting Insect Plague
Ooh.
on the tree in a location where it'll get the tree but not get my allies.
All right, I'm going to do this for you. That's 30-foot radius or 20?
It is a 20-foot radius.
You should be able to move that guy around, I believe.
Let me check.
If you can't,
Yeah,
I can
move that
fix it. If you can't.
guy around.
You can? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Or what are the insects?
Yeah, sure, right there is fine.
Termites?
Yes.
Nice.
You saw where I was going already,
I
right?
saw exactly where you were going with that. Is
It
that a
does
Constitution
bonus
save?
damage.
It is.
All right, it's pretty good con. 25.
That's going to be a success.
So it takes half damage, yes?
So it takes half of the 4d10. Oof, oh shit.
Rough roll.
Oh.
It's a rough roll, buddy. So it takes 6 points of damage as a swarm of termites all start to chew away at it.
Yep.
Anything else?
For my bonus action, I'm going to throw a level 2 healing word at Ren.
Oh,
All right.
Thank you.
Ren, you get 11 points of healing.
Cool.
I'm a little upset about my rolls.
Aren't we all?
Hey, you guys did pretty well on that dragon, so...
No, I'm just like, sorry, just looking at Tharn's level 2 healing word doing 11 and my level 4 doing 11.
Yeah.
Is that end your turn, Tharn, or would you like to move?
No, that'll end my turn.
Alrighty. At the top of your turn, Ren, you suffer as the thorns feel like they extract some of the life out of you.
Oh.
You suffer, really, 1 point of necrotic damage, and you see the tree appears to heal up ever so slightly.
Oh, you son of a lich.
From that. Your turn.
All right. Well, let go and just trying to cut into these things and try to get
So you're
herself.
gonna try to escape?
Yeah, escape from the thing.
All right, so it's a acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh.
It's your action. To do it.
Okay. Then. Come on, big bucks, no whammies.
You succeed. So you're able to wriggle free from the roots. However, that is your action.
And that is my hasted action. So.
No, because your hasted action can only be used to.
Oh, okay.
Dash,
Then my
engage,
hasted
hide, or
action
make an attack.
will be to. Let's see. Well, first of all, bonus action will be to Hunter's Mark that tree.
Okay.
Then.
The tree is Hunter's marked.
Yep. Shit.
It's not getting away from you.
Yeah. If I used my hasted action to dash, could I dash up the tree down along lines to get in place to cut them off of the
With your spider climb boots?
Yep.
Boots, absolutely, yeah.
Hell yeah. Then I'll run up there and do that.
Alrighty. So you run up right underneath Vanya and Fike and start running. You watch Vanya as she vertically just runs straight up the trunk of the tree and comes running out upside down on one of the branches that's holding you and Fike up, and just kind of stands there and looks at you as she gets ready to strike at the.
She's kind of upside down with her swords in almost a scissor-like motion, prepared to reach out and cut it.
Is that in your turn?
Yep.
All right, nice turn. Vanya, you're up.
Alrighty, so bonus action, I'm going to use Zealous Presence, and I'm going to shout, "We die historic upon the stormy road!"
Fuck you!
And
I don't like this one.
Everyone except for Shango, because he's out of range, has advantage on attacks and saves until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
Ooh.
Neat.
As you feel a bolster from his shout, you can do this.
Oh yeah, we can. Can I attack the branch that's holding me up and try and break it?
You can certainly try.
All right, I will attack it recklessly.
All right, you would have disadvantage because you're hanging from your throat, but you're using reckless, so it's just a straight attack.
All right, I got an 18.
18, unfortunately, is not enough to penetrate its thick bark.
Oh, that's okay. I got 2 more for it.
Come on.
Whoops. Sorry.
14 and 17 are also not enough to penetrate its thick bark.
Damn it.
Stop saying penetrate his thick bark!
Swinging at this thing as you're just hanging from your neck. But it's almost like, the long-armed older brother holding out the shorter younger brother as you're just missing the branch. That ends your turn.
How many regular attacks do you have? 3 or 2?
2.
He has.
I'm hasted.
He's hasted.
I'm hasted, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't
you.
sure if you also got 3 as fighters.
Alrighty. It is the Cursed Willow's turn.
At the beginning of its turn.
At the beginning of
I
its
believe
turn?
it takes the fire damage, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Oh, from the
yes.
wall of fire.
From the wall of fire. Or is that at the end of its turn?
Beginning
Bureau?
if it's still in its turn.
Let's see. On one side of the wall.
Because I think it's
Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time or ends its turn there.
So at the end of its turn, it'll take that damage, which it can't move. So
Maybe it'll walk away. Maybe it'll walk away.
it can't move, so it's probably gonna take the damage.
Walk it off. Walk it off.
But let's first see if it gets its necrotic pulse back.
Please don't.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Does not. Thanks for nothing, maidens die.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
It knows what it needs to roll good.
Instead, it's going to make
sixes.
2 root eruption attacks. You're off the ground, Ren, so it can't hit you. It's going to make a root eruption attack at Tharn and a root eruption attack at Noxus. Tharn, that's a natural 1.
Hits.
Noxus, that is a 21.
Yep.
Alrighty. You suffer 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And are grappled and restrained by the roots that emerge up from the ground around you. These needle-like thorns poke into your skin. That ends its turn. So it has to make a dex save.
Oh.
And a con save.
Come on.
And a
3
con save.
1s.
Damn.
It fails. It fails its save with a natural 1.
Well, then take all that damage.
At least it doesn't have the absorb anymore?
So it takes 8 points of fire damage.
Damn it.
And then it has to make a save against the swarm.
Yeah, con save.
Even 20, not natural.
It makes it.
All right. For another 15 points of damage. Alrighty. That ends the Cursed Willow's turn. Fike, you are currently hanging from the tree.
Yes, I am. I am going to swing over to our new Goliath buddy, and he hears a very soft moan, and then I'm going to try to cut his noose.
Make an attack. With disadvantage. Because you're hanging from your throat.
Nope, he has Zealous Presence.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
so
so you
just a
have
straight,
regular.
straight roll. Straight roll, yep. 31 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. Ching, the vine is cut, and you fall. Make a quick acrobatics check, Vanya.
Ooh, this should be good.
Believe in you.
All right, you take 7 points of falling damage, so reduced to 3.
Okay.
I'm going to cut my own.
Make an attack.
Oh, baby.
Hits. Roll damage. You put a big gash in the vine, but it's still holding you. 19
Fike.
unfortunately just doesn't.
I'm going to use luck.
Luck. All right.
Oh.
That hits. Roll damage.
You have you, Pike.
You only need, you cut the vine as you fall.
Can someone catch him, Vanya?
Make an acrobatics check. Yeah, you only suffer 4 points of falling damage.
I was trying to wing woman you, Pike.
I got him to touch me. It's fine. That's
That ends your turn?
That's all I can do.
All right. At the end of your turn, the Cursed Willow is going to use action.
Come on, string me back up, Daddy. Come on.
I need Cortanus to make a con save.
Okay.
You have advantage.
I swear to
Con
Saren,
saves?
right? I will stop
Cool.
bondage
All
for
saves.
at least a
Sweet.
day.
At least a day.
24.
24. You succeed, so you take half damage.
Okay.
That's a lot of die.
As waves of necrotic energy roll over you.
My sister's stronger.
37 points of damage reduced to half. So, what is that? 18? 18. So you take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. I'm gonna. Cool.
As
So
you
keep
get hit
Homer's
with
work.
as you get hit with a blight spell. That brings us to the layer action. The ground erupts as four more skeletons infused with the briar-like roots of the tree appear. Fike.
Yeah.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
For 10 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Tharn. Same thing, 22 to hit.
Hits.
For 10 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Noxus. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
For 6 points of piercing damage. Biero probably misses with a 14.
Yep.
And Shango 20 even.
Shield.
All right, so you put up a shield as the rusty blade strikes against the arcane barrier.
I stare it down as it does so.
Biro, you're up.
All right. Continue to maintain concentration. However, I am also going to. Let me just check the range on this. Yep, that's good. So let's try. Ooh. That's. No, let's start with this. Synaptic static.
Alrighty. You cast the spell, and it washes over the tree with no effect as it does not have a brain.
Oh.
Sweet.
Aw.
Well,
It was an
that was
idea.
worth a try.
It was worth a try.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is Fike still looking the roughest?
Probably.
Yeah, I
Alright,
have
let's-
2 hit points.
Oh my god.
So yes.
Cool.
I'm
Let's
gonna look
do-
rough throughout this whole fight. Even if I'm at full, I'll be like, yeah, I'm at 20.
You get 10 points of healing there, Fike.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
And I'll chill where I'm at.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, the Cursed Willow is going to use another legendary action to. Oh, you are. Put a little thing on you to remind me that. Yeah, it's going to use a Noose Whip attack against Cortanus. That is a 24 to hit.
Shit, yeah.
You suffer.
Fuck.
13 points of bludgeoning damage as you are yanked off of the branch that you're holding on and are now floating in midair about 20 feet up with a noose around your neck.
Shit.
Shango.
Taking a quick look around, everybody looks pretty darn rough, right?
I mean, after that blast, everyone took a decent amount of damage, so.
And
Pulse.
Cortanus is strung back up.
Cortanus is strung up, yeah.
Okay. So I'll start by just walking a little bit over to the side of this guy with like this really vanquished, angry face. And
Where are you moving?
just around him. Like within this guy's range.
Oh, okay. You were on that one. Okay.
Yeah, I was on the south side, so now I'm on the west side.
Sorry. Yep.
I'll start casting a spell and use my bonus action to get 10 foot of flight movement, so I just start floating.
And
away
that
from this.
does not give him an opportunity attack, correct?
Exactly.
All right.
And as I'm floating away, I'll point up my staff to this guy, and a black cloud starts appearing somewhere here. Is it close enough? Yep. Somewhere like in this area.
Okay.
From which 3 lightning bolts go out into the tree trunk. Quartz Thunder, 6th level, Destructive Wrath.
All right, it's going to use its reaction to cast Absorb Elements.
Oh, fuck.
What is the DC, or what's the, it's a dex save?
Dex save.
It fails. It's going to use one of its legendary resistances to succeed.
Shit.
It's 45 damage.
So it takes 45 lightning damage.
Yep.
It did not like that.
It shouldn't. Let's see, that was 15. And then I'll just continue walking. towards the party, to my buddy Barrow. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its third legendary action to...
Did it just summon a chipmunk?
No. It's going
Squirrel.
to new whip you again, Fike. Or attempt to.
That's fine.
That's only a 14 to hit, though.
That misses.
Yeah.
All right. Rolled a natural 4. So vine shoots out towards you, but you're able to just parry it away with your scimitar. Noxus.
I'm gonna break out of this.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check
I will take the
with
athletic.
disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Because of that thing, does it make it a?
Oh, because of the shout, it hasn't gotten back around to you yet. So it's a straight roll.
Boom.
You're able to break free.
Cool. Do I have a bonus action?
Oh, sorry.
Still?
At the top of your turn, you took 7 points of necrotic damage, reduced to 3, which heals the cursed willow. You still have a bonus action.
All right. I will use one of my paladin spells to cast. Memento. I had to refresh. Shield of Faith
On yourself?
on myself. Yes.
Alrighty. You cast Shield of Faith on yourself. That divine aura around you emanates even more bright light. Is that end your turn?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wait. Would it cost us an action to take out the carpet and use it?
Take out what?
Or wait,
You're already on the carpet.
You're already on the
Am I-
carpet, weren't you?
Yeah, you said so before.
Yeah.
If he was
You're
on
getting
the
on the
carpet,
carpet,
how
you
did
were
the things come up and grab him?
Because he never said that he'd raised up off the ground any amount of height.
I would like to raise up. I think it's only 30 feet.
It has a
it's
speed
bigger
of
one.
30, yeah.
And I will raise up 30 frickin' feet.
All right, so you go straight up 30 feet. That one skeleton's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
That is okay. What?
It's a 10 to hit, which I'm pretty sure misses.
Yeah.
So
it
it
misses.
just clangs off your divine shield. That ends your turn.
Yes.
Lukthar is going to, just from being near the tree, deal 5 points of fire damage to it. She's then going to make 2 attacks. She rolls a 5 and a 2.
Oh, no.
She just...
With advantage?
No, thank you. So that was the
Hey!
first attack missed. Second attack is a natural 20.
Yeah!
Yes!
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Clutch Vanya.
Thank
So it's actually 23 points of fire damage
you. Yes.
she does to the tree
Please
as she
kill it.
makes like a huge flame fist and it impacts on the side of the tree. Tharn.
All right. This is where it gets tough. Mark knows what Will called the tree during the game.
Yeah,
Tharn doesn't know that that's the name of the tree.
exactly.
Is there a way that he could possibly intuit that, or should we just move on?
From what Cortana explained that the Wild Mother showed her, mentioned purifying it potentially as a solution.
I'll say
If the answer is a no, then it's a no, Will. Wanting you as the DM to make a rule.
make a religion check with disadvantage.
Is that normal because of Vaughn?
No, it's not ability checks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you are. Tharn is not privy to that information.
Gotcha. How bad does everybody look?
Bloodied, but that's about it. A little under bloodied.
I'm almost below half.
I mean, Fike is on death's door, but when is he not?
Yeah.
Story of Mike's life.
That's nothing new. Don't worry, I got healing spells from myself.
That's all right. I'll take care of it for you. I am going to step from here to here,
Okay.
just to doubly make sure.
Okay.
And I am going to cast. I think I can get everybody who needs it in here. I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds
Okay.
at 4th level.
Isn't it a 5th level spell?
No.
Mass Cure Wounds? Or Mass
Did I
Healing
say Mass
Word?
Cure Wounds?
Yeah, you did.
I mean Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Well,
Yeah. Which you can tell I mean because I do not have Mass Cure Wounds prepared for the day.
Oh, there you go.
So that makes that a whole lot easier.
Alrighty. So you cast Mass Healing Word.
At 4th
And
level,
how many people can that affect? 6?
it's got
Up to 6.
Up to 6.
up to 6 creatures of my choice that I can see within
Yes.
range.
It
So,
does not need to get me.
who said that? Biero?
Biero.
All right,
Same.
so that's definitely going to be Nox and Fike and Ren.
okay.
Shango, you need?
Nope.
Okay, then Vanya and me. And then
For
a 6th person who wants it. Anybody can take it.
Lorkthar in her fire form is at
Not that.
No, not you.
I'm
Anybody but you.
Basically, what I mean is either Shango or Biero take 10 hit points.
I can't take any more hit points right
because
now.
of the
Same.
max reduce.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at full.
So 10 hit points to those 5 people.
Cool.
All right. And then for my action,
Mm-hmm.
let's go with a level 2 guiding bolt.
Alrighty, make your attack roll
At advantage.
at advantage.
Oh! Woo, 24, yeah!
Well, 24 hits. I don't know why it's showing the other way around. But
I'm not sure either.
But for 13 points of radiant damage, and the
Yeah,
next attack against
I am now sure as to why it did that because it was still on disadvantage from the religion check.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll do it.
So you let loose a guiding bolt which strikes the tree, which is now glowing with the radiant energy. Wild. Starting to look pretty rough.
Yay.
Now it's looking rough. Oh boy.
That ends your turn, Tharn.
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Ren, you are hanging.
Yep, and I'm gonna try to stop that.
Okay.
So I have advantage because of Vanya still.
Yes. On attacks and saving throws.
Cool.
If you want to try and escape it,
Yep.
It would be... I mean, you can try and attack the vine, or you can make an athletics or acrobatics check to try and escape.
I would like to attack it.
Okay.
With
disadvantage, but
so
with
normal.
but straight roll because of Vanya.
Okay. Come on.
Miss.
Come on.
Is she still at advantage?
She's but disadvantage
There
because
you
she's
go.
hanging.
That's 2.
So 28 hits as the vine severs. You
Damn.
fall. Make a
2.
acrobatics check. You take 3 points of falling damage.
Okay. And then stand back up at the base of this tree, clench both blades, and say, my turn and keep going at it.
All right.
With advantage
yeah.
now because I have the thing.
Because you're not hanging
Yep.
by the throat.
Sweet. So that's 2 attacks, 3 attacks. And 4 attacks. Then bonus action attack. Because, yeah, that was my 3 normal, hasted attack, bonus action attack. Action surge. Fuck you.
Alright, hold on. How much damage are those 3?
Someone...
47. The last 3 I got 47.
47.
Bam, math.
Thank you.
Before you action surge,
Mm-hmm.
You make a flurry of strikes into the tree. Ching, 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 ching. As the bark begins to peel away. As you make your final strike with nature's boon, it sinks into the bark of the tree, and there is a divine pulse of radiant energy from the sword as it sounds like a screeching wail, but it's really the screeching from like the moving of branches and the tree as the tree lets off one last necrotic pulse. I need. It's not at 80 feet though.
It's at 3,000 feet.
No, it's I need
People in Amon feel it.
Lokthar in her fire elemental form, Vanya, Fike, and Renata to make Constitution saves.
Still advantage because of Vanya's thing, right?
Yes, still at advantage because of Vanya's thing.
Nice.
And you also have Fike's aura.
Oh, dope.
Everyone within 10 feet get a +4.
Cool.
Oh, 22 then.
All right, so you all succeed.
80 hit points.
What happens if whatever he rolls brings Fike to a 0?
It's dead.
Reduced max. It's like
Yeah,
we
it's
can't
auto
heal
death.
him.
That means
We
dead.
can't heal him.
So
There's no more fight.
At least I got Revivify.
That
you
will
guys
work.
each take half. So you take half of 45 points
22.
of necrotic
So
damage.
22.
So you each take 22 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 22.
Oh my gosh. Fike is in the single digits, bro.
As you watch a almost tornado-like swirling stream of souls and of souls emitting from the tree upwards. As it does, the fog recedes, and the battle is over.
Oh,
The
thank you.
tree stops moving.
Did Fight go unconscious?
Fike is a
Fike went-
crumpled mound on the ground.
And
I
you
yell.
watch as Fike falls to the ground.
I yell at Fike.
Fike?
You get back. I yell at Fike. You get back up, and I cast Healing Word.
Shit.
The magic washes over Fike and has no effect.
Raking for a potion or anything.
I actually have
I go pour a potion on
I'm
him.
sorry.
Hang
Hold
on.
on. What Fike?
My max is 5 currently.
Oh, so you.
Yeah.
All right.
But I am unconscious.
All right, so
Just
it didn't
got
bring
full.
it didn't bring your max to 0. It just brought you.
It brought me. Yeah, it brought the 22 brought me to unconscious, but I had 27, and my
Okay.
pass
All
Knocked me
right,
down to
so
22.
then
So
I
I have 5.
I misspoke. So yeah, no. So Fike, you come back to consciousness with with 4 hit points. Not even. Yeah, with 4
I'm
hit
almost healed to
points.
full. That's great.
Yeah.
Look at that.
All right, Pike.
I'm gonna go up to Fike and try burning a greater restoration.
Are the skeletons still there?
No, the skeletons in the are just crumple into piles of bone.
Is it like you fill a gopher hole with propane and then light it? Just a
Uh,
little.
yeah, no, the skeletons just crumple in a pile of bone and briar wood onto the ground.
Briarwoods.
No!
Wah!
No!
Wah!
Undead and Briarwoods? Fuck!
I thought they were dead.
I pour salt. I pour salt on them and light them on fire.
As you all kind of collect yourselves, the swarm of insects dissipate. The wall of fire, I assume, is you let that go, Biero.
Yep.
And Lokthar returns to her half-orc form.
As I'm stomping over to Fike, I drop haste also.
Yes.
And properly
So-
stunned for a moment.
Fike drops haste. Vanya and Renata, you feel a wave of lethargy and sluggishness.
We're in the middle of helping Fike up and then maybe just like pauses.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me up. All right, I'm gonna do it myself.
Father, what on earth
sorry.
are you thinking? Not a few days ago, you tell me nothing I do but run in and use violence, and like as I'm yelling, like there's like tears welling up in his eyes, and yet here you are running ahead everybody, getting yourself killed almost.
Did the greater restoration help at all?
It does not. Tharn, you think he's going to need a long rest to get back to normal.
I just yell that over my shoulder as I'm like using my stick and I'm like picking at the ground and like pulling up clumps of dirt and smelling it, tasting it a little bit, trying to figure out what the effect of this was.
Make a nature check.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll say a nature check.
Okay.
16. The soil has a almost ashy taste to it. You get the sense that there was a curse on the land now that was centered around this trees from all of the souls that violently perished here, that manifested themselves in this angry piece of nature that was lashing out.
Do I sense that it is still cursed, or that it was just like?
You believe that through the use of a divine implement of the Wild Mother and the collective work of the party, that this curse has been alleviated from the land, though the land may bear this scar forever. It should, with the help of people such as yourself and some other druids, the land may be able to return to a sense of normalcy.
I can fix this in a day or two.
I am sure you can, Master Thon.
I actually can, but unless it's being written into a narrative corner, I can.
Not necessarily, you're not being written to a narrative corner. No. But for the sake of brevity, because it's getting a little bit late, we'll say.
You want me to just tell you what I do?
We'll get to it in a second.
Alright.
But you as the kind of collect yourselves and make your way back towards the outpost. As Fike is fairly injured, as is a decent percentage of the party after that necrotic pulse. And as you're going, Lorkthar is heaping a bit of praise onto you, Tharn, and the rest of the party in assisting with this matter. As you guys exit the forest, the fog has completely receded. Some of the ground is actually the ash is almost as if it's being drawn away, and you can start to see some of the green of the forest floor shine through a little bit. And as you guys get to the edge of the come out of the forest back into the light of the sun, Lorkthar turns to all of you again and says, again, I can't thank you enough. This is not once, but twice now for some of you that you've come to assist us in helping to heal this forest and the land around it. And you didn't really need to do it. Tharn,
Yes, we did.
you were right. It was your expertise that was needed here. And I would be honored if you would stay on a few more days to help us correct the path that this grove is on back towards one where it can flourish.
That would be simple enough of a task, yes.
But indeed
Anyway,
needed it was.
that necrotic pulse took quite a bit out of me. So I'm going to
Yes.
head back inside. Tharn, I'll make quarters available to you. I appreciate your continued assistance in this matter. I would be grateful if you would allow me to pick your brain a little bit in whatever it is you think we can do to take care of this grove.
Absolutely. There are many things you can do. I start listing them.
Perhaps she stops you about like 4 or 5 things in, and she says, perhaps after we've rested.
Ren
As
just
you
writes
will.
down question mark, question mark in her journal and puts it away for now.
As Lorkthar turns and heads into the outpost, and it is now just Tharn and the party there as the sun begins to set.
So you mean to stay here a while, Thorn?
Yes, it would appear that I do have. They are in need of some expertise in fixing this, and it would be a great service in the name of the Mother to bring life back to this once desecrated bit of land.
She shall be very pleased. I would very much like to see the grove as it was before, as she showed me.
Yes, well, should you return in a few weeks, it will already be on the mend, and I imagine by this point next year, it shall blossom with life and the wonder of our mother's majesty.
I'm gonna place hands on either blade and just smile and nod at that.
I understand that you have pressing matters to get to down in that cesspool pit, Craghammer.
Yes, that's the formal name.
I've been a couple of times before. A disgrace.
Ow, everything.
I'm sorry at the idea that we won't have you at our sides for this next journey.
Yes, well, the time that we have spent together has been truly wonderful. I have had a quite pleasant time getting to know all of you and share in these adventures, doing good works and helping those, even the ones who don't necessarily deserve it. You are not the first group I have traveled with, but you are by far the best.
Ren's
Well,
gonna
you've
step
been-
up. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Biro.
Okay.
Yeah, Ren's gonna step up and kind of eventually like hold out a hand. 'Twas an honor being your student, Master Thorn. May the Wild Mother bless you.
It was an honor having such a smart, capable, and stout-hearted student. You do fantastic in exuding the blessings of a wild mother. I take your hand and I clasp it on both sides with both of my hands.
I shall hope to continue that.
Stay true, young one. You have much greater and grander things before you. Never forget her teachings. Continue to do what your heart tells you, for it is guided by her.
I shall remember that. Thank you.
You've been a great and stout companion, one that I've learned many things from, and I begin to list them.
Thorn stands there, and as you list them, he nods at each one. Yes, I did that. Yes, I taught you that as well. I'm glad you were listening to that one. I wasn't sure, but I'm glad to hear it. Yes.
I clap him on the shoulder.
If you see the Stone Shaper again, pass along our hello.
I shall.
Vanya, please
Miss
let
Fluffy.
me down.
I'll let Frank down.
Thank you. And I limp over to Tharn, and I just kind of collapse in a hug, and I just go, "Thank you for keeping all of these people alive."
It was my honor.
And when you go out of your shell, you look like a penis, and I enjoy that. And I just limp over and
If that makes you happy, then I am glad.
more than happy. All right, Vaughn, pick me back up.
I'll pick him back up.
I turn around to the next
Boy.
person I talk to and go, I believe that when he hugged me, he had an erection.
I can feel it poking into my back.
Oh. Knox?
I'm gonna miss you, old man. Very simple way of thinking. I think we need that more, actually. I was gonna
Speak up.
Yeah, you're very quiet.
Oh.
There you go.
You have a very simple way of thinking. Get the job done. I think I need a little bit more. And it's gonna suck not having you.
My friend. And I take my stick and I just kind of clang it against the holy symbol on your shield. You do your god justice. I know sometimes you grow confused about all things, but specifically about what it is you need. What your god needs from you. But the truth is in your heart. The right thing to do, and I poke his chest with the stick a little bit. The right thing to do, you know it. And I tap him on the head.
Oh yeah, with that you make him cry.
Oh.
I believe that you will succeed if you continue to follow your path and leave your heart open to the light that the Platinum Dragon shines into it. Protect your friends. Move forward for justice. And don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
Right. that I need to do something. Thank you for that advice, Tharn. Hey, Vanya, can I have him for a minute? And I point to Fike.
Sure.
Get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Yep.
Shango, anything to say to?
Not saying anything, just looking at him, and with a fist over the heart, giving a nod.
I nod back.
Nothing needs to be said. I like it.
It's
Well,
already said.
I won't be there to assist you in getting yourselves out of these scrapes that you seem to always find yourselves in. Best I can offer is to send you along with something. Where it is? Oh, no, not that.
I pull out 2 greater healing potions, and I hand them over. The 2 that I started this with, that I made myself, that I still haven't used.
Yep. They're in 2 very differently shaped bottles. Gourds, really.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Thumb.
I turn to... Who has Revivify? Fike,
I
right?
do.
Noxus.
Nox. I pull out a diamond worth 300 gold, and I put it in your hand and close your fingers around it and go, if any of them should fall, you know what to do. You know what I would do.
Yes.
And who has Greater Restoration?
Bureau does.
I go over to Biero and I give you... We could just loot my corpse and I could give you everything, but in keeping it somewhat believable, of the 400 gold of diamond dust I have, I give you 200 gold.
Nice.
And of diamond dust, and I say, they grow ill regularly. Make sure to keep them in the best of health as you can.
I will do so, thanks to your medical expertise training.
Well, good. Well, my friends, it would seem that... Oh, yes, and I turn around to Shango and I give him 200 gold worth of residuum.
Ah.
Whoa.
He looks at you very surprised where you got that from.
I've had it since our second game. It's for taking extra people in Word of Recall, but in the meantime, just use it for whatever.
Confused I am.
You're a saint, Thorn.
If the Wild Mother deems it so, then yes, one day I will be.
Right now, just across the asshole.
Well, friends, we have one last night together, as I assume you're not leaving right now, as the sun's about to set and you have a long journey ahead.
And we need a nap.
Big one.
I cannot disagree.
Well, for the beautifulness of the scene, Bureau, you have a 5th level spell left, yeah?
Oh, right.
I have a 6th level spell.
You have a 6th level spell?
Oh, so you can teleport out if you want.
Yeah.
You guys do have the circle for the Thunderbrand house in Craghammer.
Yep.
But then how would we eat the rest of Lena's awesome bento for the way back?
So good.
Fuck that. As you guys say your final goodbyes, and Bureau, you start making the markings.
I'll just before I do that, I'll give Tara a quick heads up that we're coming.
Okay. She says, "About time." But as you guys say your final goodbyes to Tharn, he turns and walks as you are on the west coast into the sunset towards the outpost.
I'm gonna take Nature's Boon and just do one of these salutes with it as he goes, and then turns, puts it down, puts it away, goes back to the group.
And as I walk away, I druid craft little flowers.
And as he walks away,
Don't you fucking God damn it!
Are they snowdrops?
They
Oh,
are
fuck.
snowdrops.
Oh, motherfucker.
And I'll play Hulk walking away music.
No, he gets the Jurassic Park theme. He goes na 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 na.
And as Bureau makes the final mark in the ground with the chalk for the symbol of Craghammer, the arcane light bursts up out of the ground, and you all step through, and that is where we will end tonight's session.
Wait, Knox, what were you gonna do?
Thanks
Yeah, I
for
was-
joining us, Mark. I appreciate it. We'll
Oh,
pick.
that'll be next time,
Does
I
it,
guess.
does it need to happen now, or can we pick it up at the beginning of next?
Yeah, kind of narratively, it would probably happen while he's making the circle. If you're cool with it. If
That's
not,
fine.
I can do it next week.
No, it's fine.
So Noxus will take Fike while this is going on. Pick higher or lower, and roll a d100. It's above 50 or below 50. While he takes Fike away while Bureau is drawing.
Oh, I had
What'd
to
you
pick. I have to pick first. Oh,
Yeah, just roll another one, but pick higher or lower.
lower. Why not? I'm feeling lucky.
Oh,
Okay.
you can use your lucky. Use your lucky. No,
Go
wait,
ahead.
it wouldn't work
I'll
on
let
that.
you do it.
Nobody does.
I'll let him do it. I don't care.
Fine, lower.
All right, so he will take you away, and he will hold you up by the scruff of your neck. And this is the first time that you've ever seen him really pissed. Like, he is so pissed off with you. And he will look at you and say, "If you ever do that again, I will kill you myself." And then he will kiss you and drop you and walk back.
Okay.
All right. With that, the final symbol is drawn into the arcane runes on the arcane magic bolts upward. You all step through it, and that is where we end tonight's session.
Hey
Thanks
guys, thanks for letting me
joining
play
us.
with you.
Thanks for
Yeah,
joining us.
thanks for- yeah.
Dude, Barn was
Wait, sorry, hold on.
beast.
I can't properly give a standing ovation. This is the best I can do in this space. But
Try harder.
Great character, man. Great character.
Oh yeah, man,
Thanks.
it was amazing.
It was great.
Dude, literally at the end, Tharn was like the Grandpa Knox of his one.
You guys got a couple tears out of me there at the
no,
end.
I feel like as he's walking away, like Ren's just like, "There goes one crotchety asshole," as the Wild Mother called him.
The saint of crotchety assholes.
Yeah.
The patron saint of all.
The Wild Mother
crotchety-
literally called him a crotchety asshole to her.
Yep.
Sometimes that's what you need.
His domain is life and lists.
So knowledge.
Oh, who
Yeah.
wants their experience points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark,
Please
did you
and
want
thank you.
Tharn's experience points?
In case he comes back.
Sure.
We never know. We might see Tharn again.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, why not?
Tharn got 25
Nice.
because of all those touching moments at the end. Everyone else was right around the same. Shango 22, Fike 22, Ren 22, Nox, Bureau, and Vanya 21.
Cool.
Vanya, do you remember how I do XP?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. So it's your level at your current level. It's your level times 15. You have to get
15?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I am 16 shy of leveling up.
And you'll probably get those on your own before you run into them again.
There you
Oh,
go.
I would imagine.
But
I
that
am
was
5
great
away.
character, man. Appreciate. Thanks for
Anytime.
thanks for
Yes,
coming and
thank you,
playing
Mark.
with us.
Thanks.
Everything was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
I'm
a lot
glad
of
you
fun,
guys
dude.
like that.
Oh yeah, man.
It was
Good
great.
times.
There's the cursed willow of the Shivergreen.
Hey.
Dang.
Yeah, do me a favor. Pick that up a little bit higher. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Yeah, tear it in half.
Don't ever bring it back.
Pretend it's an NPC that.
Take a picture of it, then rip it in half.
I was about to just run up to it and cast remove curse at like 6th level. And then I was like, oh,
tight.
but Mark knows the name of it, but Mark
Yeah.
doesn't.
Also,
Oh, you got to know the name?
Doesn't that have to? No, he had to know that it was cursed.
It was cursed to begin with.
Like I was saying as Bill, the name,
Yeah.
the cursed willow of the
We didn't know.
Shivergreen. But that's not like the tree was saying, I'm the cursed willow of the Shivergreen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they would have said with the
Like
creeks.
it used to be there, and then it got corrupted. So you think, like, I don't know, is that a curse? That might be a curse. Who knows?
Well, that's
It could have
I
been a
don't
lot
know.
of things.
Yeah, it could have been a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
I came loaded for bear to fix that thing.
Doesn't it have to be a willing creature, or as it gets a save? That's probably how I would have played it.
No, it just removes the curse. But I would have done it at a higher level. Figured you'd be like, oh, let's make this interesting.
Well, when you asked me that too, it was already starting to look pretty rough. And when Ren started her 3 attacks against it, it had like 30 something hit points at it. So.
Also, I'm glad someone else made it make a wisdom save because I tried to use plants on it, which I never got to use so far.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was really prepared for a treant, and I was just like.
So technically speaking, the classification of both the tree and the undead skeletons were undead and plants. So you could have used it on the skeletons too.
Yeah, I figured that for the skeleton, but when we were first clustered, I was like, let's just destroy them and move on.
Make them go away.
Yeah, that was its layer action. Every
1d6 skeletons.
1d6 skeletons would appear.
Skellies.
And it could cast Entangle, Absorb Elements, and Blight at will.
Oh, yeah.
The Necrotic Pulse, which recharges on a 5 or 6. The Cursed Willow emits a pulse of necrotic energy centered on it in a sphere out to 80 feet. Any creatures in the pulse must succeed on a Constitution saving throw DC 18 or suffer 6d12 necrotic damage, or half as much on a save, and their max HP is reduced by the same amount.
Jeez.
I can't
Nobody
believe I
leveled
managed
up?
to.
Nobody leveled up?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I'm 5 away from leveling.
What was that, Bureau?
I can't believe I managed to roll an 8 on 5d8. 5d8.
Oh,
yeah, that was really sad.
That was heartbreaking.
Fuck.
That was rough, man.
It does take a certain amount of skill, though.
All right.
By the way, fuck you, Nox. You're not allowed to play with my emotions for that. Now I gotta sit with that for a week.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's what you get. That's what you get.
Suddenly Fight gets
That's
a
what you
harem.
get.
Fight gets nothing forever. Now he has a harem.
Honestly, you want to know, like, because there was 2 things that it could have gone. He would have knocked your ass out and he would have revived you, or he would have did what he did. But it was leaning really heavily to what he did because of one thing. This is the first time Nox has ever felt it. He has never in his life felt jealous.
Oh! Woohoo!
Nice. By the way, now that it's over, let me just say, I am astounded that none of you tried to hook up with Tharn.
Oh, really?
Give me a break. I knew him for 2 days.
First off, Fike thought about. Second off, have you seen a turtle's penis in real life? It's terrifying.
I want to know.
Described in great detail if anybody made.
Yeah, I want to know how you
like
know
you
what
sure
one looks
you
like.
wanna-
It looks like you put an M80 in a lily and then blew it apart.
What?
I'm not lying.
Welcome to the after credits, Ronka. I hope you're enjoying this, Ronka.
Oh, Ronka's still here? Oh, no.
I don't know, but it is.
I'm
Ronka's
like
still here? Oh,
50-50
no.
split on wanting to
We'll
look
see.
up what a turtle penis looks like next.
Yeah, go Google turtle penis.
Is it accurate description? I need to know. I'm not going to look it up,
Pretty
but let me
accurate.
know.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
You know, I think I'm just gonna trust you on this one. You seem pretty confident.
Yeah, I don't really have a desire to go image search.
You don't have a desire, but
Thank
something's
you.
gonna end up in the Discord.
Thank you for the 400 bits, Ranka. Ranka's like, please no turtle peen. Fucking.
Thank you for keep coming back, Ranko. We appreciate it.
Thank you. There will be no paternal peen on my stream. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to give this fucking ring back now. We're gonna have to date. This is fucking ridiculous.
Thank
We
you.
gotta
does that mean he's not going to make a move on Vanya?
No, he's madly in love with Noxus. So we'll
I've
see.
been in love with
Have a great night,
Noxus like
Ronka. See you later.
session.
I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello,